what's going on? I made 3 watermelon blend with cactus and dragon fruit. You know, Rainwalker, I like watermelon, but Munchkin is not a fan of watermelon. So if I got any watermelon flavoring, she'd be like, "Yeah, you're on your own with that one."
I'm not gonna buy watermelon flavored.
How's everybody doing this fine Friday? You know, in
Hi,
Georgia,
birdies.
it's rare that we got snow ever. But it did snow here, what, yesterday? Yesterday or early morning. And
It was overnight.
it actually stuck. I think we got like 2 inches. And we're
Yeah,
supposed
about
to
there.
have more on the way this weekend, which I'm like, that wouldn't happen in Georgia. That's not even going to happen. So I didn't get to fly the drone on this last snow, but hopefully if we got weekend worth of snow coming, I don't want to fly the drone during the snow because I did that in Georgia and it's not good because snow gets on the lens and you can't see the drone, et cetera, et cetera. But if it snows and then quits and then we have a nice sky, I will fly the drone up and take some video and put it on YouTube and all that good stuff so y'all can see the
No,
pretty
man.
snow. Even though some of y'all that already have snow in your state are probably like, I don't want to see any more snow. But it's still pretty to
A
look
cloud
at,
chucker.
right?
Your
Yeah,
dog
they
just got a spanking.
the jelly box and the new pod that I have coming for the Drag Max has made it to the United States. It actually made it from whatever state it was in. I can't remember, but it's made it down to Georgia, which is where I used to live. And Georgia's one of the hubs. So from that hub, I think it's made it to North Carolina. So I should have it, I'm guessing within the, well, it's probably not going to come tomorrow, so I would say Monday or Tuesday I should have it. So I'll have the jelly box and the new pod that Harry was talking about, that VXV Soulmate RTA pod. And he's saying, watch out taking the air pin out. Yeah, the weird thing about that is it has different airflow options. So you have, like a 1 millimeter, then it goes up from there. Yeah, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter. So you can adjust your airflow using that pin, which I think is a pretty cool idea. They should have done that on the start with these. This one, the original authentic Vupu RTA, whatever you want to call it, it's got its good points and bad points. I mean, the flavor on it is great. I cannot complain with that, but filling it is a pain in the royal butt. When you cut your leads, they have to be very close to the post, or you can't get the top back on. Um, and what was the
Did you
third
do
thing?
your review?
On what?
You did. You sent in your review. Your
Yes,
peanut,
I.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
I sent in a review
Your comments. Yeah.
to the meant to what Element Vapes. I just posted
No.
my comments on the device to let people know, hey, if you buy this, this is what you can expect. You're going to
Right.
get great flavor, but you're going to hate that it runs out of juice so fast. You're going to hate that you got to your leads close to the post. And when you fill it, they shouldn't have made the deck so big that when you put your needle tip in to fill it, it bubbles up a lot. So it's really hard to fill, and it's hard to get it full. I filled this up just a second ago, but as you can see, there's a lot of air in there because you have to move it around and stuff to try to get more juice. It's not even worth messing with to try and get all the juice in there. It's like, Um, I did get, now I don't know if I still have the link. Let me make sure I still have it in my clipboard here. Um, Copy. There we go. Uh, wow. Hooked on Funk and Disco Potato, which I swear I'm going to say Psycho Potato, did a show a couple days ago on making DIY e-juice. I think it's a great show if you are interested in making your own e-juice. They did a really good show just to break it down to basics. I think they had it planned out to where
Kind of like
it came out pretty
DIY
good.
for beginners.
Yeah, DIY for
Yeah.
beginners. Shows you what you're going to need. Now, they didn't go as far as, hey, if you're going to be using 100 milligram nicotine, you need this and that, and gloves. But they did show the basic stuff that you're going to need if you're going to be doing DIY, which I think was great. I got a link actually to that actual show right there. So if y'all want to watch that, feel free. It's not a long show. I don't know if they went 30, 45 minutes and then they ended it. The channel's called the 510 Connection. But I was in there and we were, I was giving them feedback. DeMillan was in there. It went pretty good. I mean, I wasn't on the show, but I was just in chat. Yeah, the Drag Max. It's so weird. They got the Drag X, the Drag S, all that good stuff. And then they come out with the Drag 3 now. After I got the Drag Max, now they have a Drag 3, which has a normal 510 on the top with the adapter. But honestly, using that adapter with the tank on top of it, it's so much airflow. You have to cut this thing down. You see, I don't know if you can see that I barely have the airflow open on this thing because it's so much airflow. You really have to crank it down, or it's just too much air, and it ruins the flavor that you normally get from these tanks. So I prefer running it just straight on top of the device. When you use this 510 adapter, it kills it, man. It's too much. It's too much air.
Hey, Vape Dave.
I understand they did that so that if you're putting your the RTA on there. Mad Mock's in here. What's up, Mad Mock?
Mad Mock is in here.
There you go, Mad Mock. See, and it's not like you can't get help there. If you want to DIY, which I highly suggest you do, because of the fact that the e-juice, there's no telling where it's going to go in the future. We're probably going to end up paying a freaking $8 nicotine tax.
Well, I mean, if you can find anybody to ship it, your only options is to buy it at a shop, which our local shops, what did he say, pretty much $10 for a bottle, which even on 120 mil, the nicotine tax is not $10, so they're upcharging that to begin with. So a regular, 60 mil bottle of juice is now $36. You can kiss my white ass. I'm not paying that.
Right. Now, I mean, hey, if you're rich and you don't mind spending a lot of money on your e-juice, hey, go for it. Or if you would rather...
The price is fine if you are using a mouth-to-lung device or a pod. But if you're using any of these sub-ohm tanks or a dripper, you're going to go through a 60 mil bottle of juice so fast.
Oh, yeah.
So fast.
I mean, I don't even like you can see, I don't even like making small bottles. I make gigantic bottles of juice, which I got to admit, I made...
I'm aware. I'm right there with you.
I made...
which we need to talk about this one here shortly.
Okay, we're going to talk about it right now, so, you can just save it. So... we made 3 or 4 different flavors. One of them was supposed to be a clone of Dorky Stud that Rip Trippers made, which I personally liked back in the day. They stopped making it. I contacted them. They're trying to find a new distributor, so maybe e-cig can make it for them. By God, I don't care. Whoever makes it, I'll buy it from there because it's like that. It's not a juice I vape all day, every day, but I like to vape it every once in a while.
Does anybody know if they're still selling the little nicotine packets for the short fills? Because that could be an alternative for people that are afraid to have big bottles of nic, or usually they might have a little bit of trepidation about ordering, a liter of nicotine instead of the little tiny. It did. You caught that too, Demon. You can save it. Yeah, I just figured I'd let that go, but I caught the testiness. Yeah, but the one shots of nicotine. Yeah, I don't know where you can get them around here, but
I wasn't finished, but yeah.
I would suggest buying your nicotine now, though, because apparently that shipping thing is supposed to take place and start being enforced in March.
Are those not available in the UK? Is what not available in the UK? That's what
they've had. I've seen them. I've seen those little Nick shots available.
The Nick shots. Okay.
They were at the convention in Georgia. They were doing that.
Anyways, to be back on subject, the Dorky Stud, which on e-liquid recipes they call this Turkish Turkish stud. Y'all are welcome to look this
Yo,
up.
babies.
I will
Come
say
here,
that this
Bandito.
has way too much tobacco flavoring. I'd like to maybe make this recipe and dial it way back because this is way too strong on the tobacco. It tastes absolutely nothing like Dorky
Little
Stud.
goober.
I do not recommend making this
I
one
will
to any.
fuck you
If
up,
y'all are
dog.
familiar with what Dorky Stud tastes like, which was a very sweet, light tobacco. It was just something cool to vape and relax to. I mean, it was just like a almost like vaping a pipe. Um,
I'm
it
not
was just a
scary.
relaxing vape. I thought so. I would vape that every once in a while, but now they don't make it anymore. So you're lucky if you can find it at any shop, and if even if you do, it's going to be well steeped or bad, because it's just bad. But the juices that we did make that came out really good. The first one, I'll give it to Munchkin there. That Cannoli B1 clone that she posted, I think, last week.
Mm-hmm.
That one y'all should make. That is really good. That
Bella,
is
I'm gonna
really
mess you up.
good.
You leave the
I
cat
I
alone.
was like, daggum. Especially the longer it's steeped. I mean, she's had it made now for about a week or so, and
Yeah.
it's gotten to be really good. So
Well, here's the thing: is I've been looking for a recipe for cannoli B1, and everyone I looked at, everyone was like, "This doesn't taste anything like it." Blah 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 blah. So when I found this recipe, it's got 12 different flavors in it, right? 12. So I was a little
wow,
worried
Mad
at
Mop.
first because I don't want to buy 12 different flavors to find out that it's just another shit recipe, right? Um, but most of the flavors are stuff like funnel cake and vanilla and New York cheesecake. So I figured, okay, so if I'm buying 12 different flavors, at least they're flavors that I could probably use in a lot of other recipes. I made a 60 ml bottle the first day and was going to let it steep. I soaked it in some hot water for a couple hours and filled my tank the next day. It was so good that I immediately made a big bottle because it tastes spot on.
Sue, that's great news that my
Go lay
vapor
down and quit
store
being an
has the
asshole.
jelly boxes, but mine will literally be here within the next couple days. Otherwise, I'd be like all over that offer. I already ordered it from China. 10 days as usual, but it's taking me a little bit longer. I'd have to look at I can find out when the date was when I ordered it. I ordered this on the 18th of January. So it has been 11 days. So it's not that bad.
So I'm gonna post a link to this cannoli B1 recipe because
Go for it.
if y'all want to try it, I wasn't asking. Oh, that's why did
Demon
it
Hunter,
do
yes,
that?
we have
That's not
two of
right.
them. Matter of fact, Munchkin's got hers on her desk. She's more than welcome to show your frother. Um, but we use that for coffee, especially now that Munchkin has already started the keto diet again, and I have to start it tomorrow. Believe it or not, I went to the doctor, and the doctor, did a whole blood test on me and everything. Now, this was not a fasting blood test, so it wasn't an accurate one, but they were like, yeah, we found sugar in your urine. And they're already worried because, I take blood pressure medicine, so they have to make sure my kidneys are functioning correctly and all that good stuff. But so now she's like, yeah, I want you to go back on low carb again. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? I mean, I don't mind doing it. Now she doesn't want me to go on the full low carb thing like I'm used to, but if I figure if I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna go full in. I mean, she just wants me to use less carbs. That's all. But either way, I want my next results to be a lot better. And if and then they come back, well, you got a lot of ketones. Well, duh,
Mhm.
you told me to
Yeah.
freaking do the keto. So there
Well,
you go.
Demon, with these giant bottles that I have, I think I showed you guys the mouth of the bottle. I could fit that little blender in there and whiz the bejesus out of it with no problem.
Yeah.
But really, I didn't need to. I mean, it's It's and it smells fantastic. I made a rookie mistake when I was filling this bottle with my big bottle and didn't push the top all the way back on. So I went to fill my tank. I got juice absolutely everywhere. I just got out of the shower. So I smelled wonderful when I went to work. Um, it smells really good, but it doesn't really need
Oh,
steep time.
David, that scares me. I'm glad you let me know though. So David's saying he's got his jelly box, but he's having to run it at 15 watts more than normal, which means that the chip isn't accurate. I don't mind doing that, but when you're used to vaping, like say you're used to vaping 75 watts and you know that's what you like to vape, then all of a sudden you're at 90 because 75 doesn't feel like 75. Eh, and it then again, I don't know. I don't know if that mod shows the voltage that it's putting out when you set it to 75 watts. So if you look at your mod, say you're vaping at 75 watts, usually most mods will say, hey, you're vaping 75 watts, this is your ohms, and this is how much voltage it's pushing to your coil. If you look at the jelly box and it's showing the same wattage but less voltage, then you know it's not accurate. So you have to bump it up to get the same voltage to equal the other mod. So that's what I would do personally, David, if I was you. So if you have another mod that vapes, like say now I'm just saying 75 watts. You can vape whatever. Say you're vaping 60 watts. It doesn't matter. If you're vaping 60 watts, put it on a mod that shows you the voltage. Fire it. Look at the voltage that it's putting out to your atomizer. Now, this is all. It's also got a lot to do with the metal that the mod is made out of and your RDA, RTA. So if they're silver plated, obviously it's going to have a way better conductivity than anything else on there. So you don't want to go from a mod that, like, say the Chi-U, which I have, that has so much battery drop. It's got like 3-volt battery drop. That's ridiculous. So it's pushing that battery really hard just to get the 4.2 volts. And it's not, no. So you want mods that are really well efficient. But yeah, in other words, I would check it on a mod that fires that wattage correctly, see what voltage it's putting out, then go to the jelly box and adjust your wattage up to equal that same voltage, then you're golden. You just know from then on, hey, on the jelly box, I need to be vaping at this wattage instead of that wattage because this one is a little off on its settings, so you can just adjust it up. Unless they have a firmware update that fixes it, it's very possible. They come up with firmware updates all the time. I think the Drag Max has a firmware update that allows you to do temp control. Now, a lot of people don't do temp control, but if you want to do temp control, I think you can do that with a firmware update. I have no interest in doing temp control. The only thing I want them to do is come out with a firmware update that when you lock this device, it locks the wattage but not the fire button. They come out with that firmware update, I'm all over it. Leave the temp out of it. Fix it to where when you lock it, it locks the wattages but not the fire button. And I'll be on board with that. That would be great. What's up, Viking? No, you don't worry about being late. You're good. Oh, let me unpost Dire Things. Let me unpin Dire Things comment. I just thought that was funny. Dire Thing, you lost. I was like, let me pin that. I haven't pinned a comment yet, so I think Dire Thing needs the rights to that. So there you go. So yeah, this bottle here is a full gigantic bottle of Nilla Nuts. This I vaped. It doesn't even look like I vaped hardly any of this, but I did. And this one is the Beard 32 clone, which I think is absolutely fabulous. So
Wait,
out of
that's your Beard 32?
yeah, this is Beard 32.
Oh, it looked lighter than when you held it up because this is mine. Now, he made his, he used all caramel cinnamon roll. With mine, I used almost all regular cinnamon roll and subbed out 10 grams of regular cinnamon roll for the caramel because I ran out. So
Uh,
his is much sweeter and more caramelly when mine is not.
I just know that it came out really good. So I
Yeah.
mean, worst
I
case
think yours is too
scenario,
sweet. I might split it
I
half and
do
half
want to
next
make
time.
some. That cannoli bee one is actually really good. I probably want to make a bottle of it. It doesn't have to be 500 mils. I mean, I'd love to make like a 120 mil bottle of it. I have 100. I still got my really old. Wow, has that actually got Nilla nuts in there? Holy moly! This is an old bottle from here. If this is Nilla nuts, and I didn't know, I suck.
Amazon Forgetful Red.
That is not Nilla nuts. Not even close. That is fruity. Whatever's in there. So I'm gonna have to readjust that. That is very fruity. Whatever's in there. And the other one that I made, the Heisenberg clone. That one, I was saying that it tastes better than Heisenberg. Now I haven't tried it again now that it's steeped, except on my finger. But to
Yeah,
me,
I'll get you the link for them.
it is swaying really far away from the original Heisenberg, which makes me want to buy more. This is all the Heisenberg I got left. Once this goes out, it's gone. And I found it for like $9 and something on one of the websites. I think I still got it pulled up somewhere or bookmarked. Usually you can find it anywhere from $9 and something up to $12. I think the local store here charges 10 to 12.
Here's the link for those
Um,
bottles. They got super wide mouths on them,
Wicked
so you
Dripper.
can stir and they screw on too, so you don't have to worry about the lid popping off.
Yeah, I mean, I may just
They really
rewick.
don't care, Dave.
I'm probably going
I
to
mean,
rewick this RTA tonight, and we'll try the Heisenberg supposed clone. Like I said, I don't think it's a clone. It's a whole different type of juice. I'm not saying it's bad. It's definitely not bad, but it's not. If you're looking for something that tastes just like Heisenberg, that recipe that we posted, it's not the same. It is definitely different, but it's still good. So I don't know what to tell you there. It's a good juice. It's just not the same. Um, X1 to have investigate the mystery flavored e-liquid. Yeah, the mystery flavor. I don't know what the mystery flavored juice is, honestly. I have no idea what's in there. I think, if I can remember right, this is the juice I got from Tam Vapes, the one shot. So that would be, I think, this one. No, this is
they're
Dream
really out of
Cream.
stock.
This is Dream Cream. It's not that one. This is the Raspberry Cream. I think that's what's in that Nilla Nuts bottle right there. Raspberry Cream.
Well, damn.
I like that. I like that companies sell one shots. This makes this so easy for people to DIY. You take this. This is your flavoring. You add VG to it. You're done. So simple.
Hmm.
The blue cheesy juice. Oh Lord, Viking.
And Higgy's got how many? How many of those does she have pre-mades? Pretty much any of the juice Higgy has on the website, you can order like that, so you
Yeah,
can
you can
DIY it
get
yourself.
concentrates directly from Higgy
Hmm.
Cigs.
Yeah,
And
because Tam Vapes only has a few flavors, right? It's like 6 or 7.
I don't know what her. Yeah, I think she had 12
Yeah,
total.
you
I
can
could
go
be
ape
wrong.
shit at Higgy's and just buy all the
Yeah,
flavors.
and David. Wait, I'm sorry, not David.
Hello, Melon.
Richard. Richard got a bunch of the Nilla Nuts coffee and absolutely loves it. He's like, I got to order another pound. I'm about to run out, which I think is awesome. And the coffee is really good. I mean, it is really good.
It is really
I
good.
can't complain with the Nilla Nuts coffee. I mean, as opposed to just normal coffee, that Nilla Nuts coffee, especially, I mean, whether you get it in a K cup or you use it, if you put it in a French press, oh my God, it's just
Hmm.
so much better in a French press.
Or if you
Just
don't even want to drink it and you just want to get the whole beans and stick your face in the bag every now and then.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too.
Great.
You just want to sniff it, everyone. I just want to sniff it. I just want to sniff it. DeMillan, we were
It's
already
actually,
talking
well, I
about
mean,
you.
yeah, I made a 500 ml bottle, so I mean, there wasn't. I don't necessarily know that you need that much super sweet anyway. It could be less sweet. It's still
Well,
delicious though. It is spot on. I was am very impressed. I don't know because it's the recipe says final, so I really don't know how many iterations that guy went through before he finally figured it
Right.
out. I can only imagine how much flavoring he went through though, because you got 12 flavors in the final recipe.
Well, that just shows something that shows that he really did his homework making that
Hmm.
recipe. Instead of, like, oh, I'm going to make a strawberry milkshake and you add strawberry and milkshake flavoring. You break it
Right.
down to the cream, milk. You break it down each individual flavor and add your
Yeah,
own
let's see if I can
percentages.
remember what's in it. All right, so funnel
It's
cake, New York cheesecake, cinnamon Danish swirl, fresh cream.
damn. Mad Mock works for AMD. Holy crap! I'm just messing with Demilla.
Fresh cream. Did I say funnel cake already?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember. There's a lot of them on there. I had them
Yeah,
down, but
there's
yeah.
12. Yeah,
They're
there's
there.
like
Cinnamon
12
Danish
flavors.
swirl, cream cheese icing, creme fraiche, funnel cake, New York cheesecake, pie crust, shisha vanilla, sugar cookie, super sweet vanilla custard, and Vienna cream. Yeah,
Is that
Milli
anything
Vanilli.
like Milli Vanilli?
Close, close. Shisha Vanilli. Yeah,
What
it's
is
closely
Shisha
related to
Shisha
Milli Vanilli.
Vanilli?
I had moved on to the next word and just changed it to Vanilli.
Shisha Vanilli.
Wasn't that funny, dear?
It's pretty funny to me. Shisha Vanilli. Yeah, when y'all go looking for that flavor, it might be hard. If y'all look up Shisha Vanilli, I'm just saying.
If I wanted to shit out of you, I'd
Oh.
squeeze your head. Knock it off.
Hello,
Hey,
even
even aliens.
aliens. Let's see. Been a minute since I've been in chat.
Yeah,
I
I'm
even had
telling
it.
you, full moon, it doesn't need to. It
Do I
really
still think
doesn't.
the Juggernaut V2 is worth getting? Even aliens, without a doubt, without a doubt. And I'll tell you this. To even compound on top of that,
Well, how's she going to do that, DeMillan?
Speed had two of those Juggernaut V2s. He was going to send one to Vic. He likes it so much, he's keeping the other one.
Yeah,
If
sorry,
that's
Vic.
not a testament right there, he likes it so much, he's keeping the second one. That ought to tell you how
Well,
good
we'll
that is.
test that demon hunter because I'm trying to vape this rest of this tank so I can bring it down to him so he can clean it and rewick it for me, and we'll see how long it lasts. Cause my shit doesn't last very
Yeah,
long
that's
anyway because I
right.
vape constantly. But
DeMillan brought it up during Wendy's show, and Wendy can't
yeah,
do cinnamon, which I was like,
but
oh
I
damn.
don't. I mean, the cinnamon Danish swirl, you could probably sub that for something else. But like the funnel cake, that doesn't have a whole lot of cinnamon in it.
Yeah, there was
Um,
something that Wendy was saying. Oh yeah, I know that such and such Capella something puts cinnamon in there, and I was like, I don't think they do, but okay, whatever she said, But
I mean, I suppose you can reach out to the flavor manufacturer and ask them in your funnel cake, is there cinnamon in there? And she can get it without that. Yeah, you're gonna get my nasty coil shortly.
oh,
They're
are you
not.
gonna
I mean, it
rebuild
doesn't
that?
taste that bad, but
Or
yeah,
I mean,
you're
am
gonna
I gonna
rebuild it.
rebuild that?
Yes, you are.
um.
I'm providing content.
Oh, okay. Content.
I
Content's
think
good.
my boss should let me drink at work because I've been crabby for the past couple days. Obviously, I would kill somebody for a
If you
cupcake at
drank
this
at
point in
work, no
time.
one would know the difference. Besides the
Yes, they
fact that
would because I'd be like, yeah, whatever, eh, whatever.
I act the same way. Well, okay. I act the same, but my voice tends to go a little higher, so yeah.
Yes, you get loud.
I get a little
I'm
pitchy,
I'm
but
just a lot more mellow, and
that
I
has a
think he
lot to
should
do
let
with
me
me
drink at
wearing
work.
headphones because
Well, yeah.
I can't hear my own
Um,
voice.
well, what is she gonna switch out for the cinnamon Danish swirl? What other flavors are out there that you could? I mean, do they have like a fresh dough flavor? I'm sure they do
Now, this is
at
the
some
thing
point,
though. Is
but
she allergic to cinnamon in general or cinnamon red hot? They're like completely different cinnamons. Cinnamon red hot and regular cinnamon is way different than from each other. So I don't know. Now I don't want her to try something and go, "Oh my God, I'm breaking out." No, that would be bad. But I'm just wondering which is it just all cinnamon in general? I mean,
well,
even
eh,
Aries has some weird allergies.
I'm
So
an idiot, right? So I decided I I spilled a little bit of the funnel cake on the edge of the bottle, so I licked it off. Straight
Demon Hunter,
flavoring
I
is
could
not
do
tasty.
that.
I didn't get any cinnamon from the funnel cake at all.
Cinnamon in general makes her mouth blister. Oh goodness. If I did that, Demon Hunter, if I heard my own voice in my ears, I'd be like, that would drive me up the wall. I could not
Well,
stand
he
that.
just needs to remind himself that the microphone is 2 inches from his mouth, and even though he can't hear himself,
You know
we
that
and the neighbors can.
when I met Jay Hayes, that's what he said. Oh, you're the dude
You're
that's
the guy
really
with a loud
loud.
mic.
You're the guy with
No,
a
you're the
really
guy with a
loud
loud mic.
microphone.
Yes, it's the microphone, exactly.
Hey, at least people can hear me, right? You don't have to go. Daggone. There's some videos I turn on YouTube, and you can't hear a word they're
Gotta
saying.
crank the shit up to 50.
And then they go to a video of them flying a paramotor or something, and the music is so loud, I have to hurry up. I have to, like, if she's sleeping, I have to turn the volume down real quick because the music, and then you go back to him talking, you have to turn it back up again. It's a pain in the butt. Adjust your volume, folks. Jesus.
It's funny you say that, Dyer. I've already been accused of making an agent feel stupid.
What's up, Mick?
I'm not quite
Mick is,
sure
I was talking about the 510
what
connection
to do about
earlier. I think Mick is going to be on their next show. So if y'all want to see Mick from the Late Night Vape Show, he's going to be on the next 510 connection. There you go. I'm that loud. I have my YouTube volume down to 9. Well, thanks, Demon Hunter. That lets me know that I'm.
Yeah, but you know
getting
what's
the
weird
message
is he's
across.
not loud all the time. It's just when he's got headphones on. He does that to people on Xbox too. They'll join a party and he yells at them. I'm like, they can hear you just
I don't.
fine. You know,
The cat is losing its mind over there.
which one?
That's Smokey. It just did
Because
a lap around the couch.
Bandit is up here with me, and your dog is all bent out of shape about it. So I smacked her, so she's
I
back
want
there
to put the
sleeping.
cats out in the snow and see what they think. Didn't they?
Katie already brought him out
She
there.
did do that? Okay.
They just stood there like, no. We are house cats
Oh,
now.
DeMillan, I
Please
did.
put us
Since
back
you came
inside.
in later, my jelly box has made it from China to the United States. It made it from whatever state it was in down to North Carolina or to Georgia and then back up to North Carolina, so it is close. It's only been technically 11 days since I placed the order, so I didn't get it in 10 days, but it's close. I'm expecting it. I don't think I'll get it tomorrow. It's possible, but if I don't get it tomorrow, I would say Monday or Tuesday I should have it. Yeah, the jelly is getting close, DeMillan. I want to ask you this too, DeMillan, because you have the jelly box. Somebody else in chat, which I can't remember, it was Harry, I do believe. He says on the jelly box he has to adjust his wattage about 15 watts higher to get the same effect from whatever he's vaping on. Do you have the same problem? Do you have to adjust your wattage higher to get the same type of vape off of a mod that you're used to? Say you got a mod that you're used to vaping at 60. Do you have to turn it to 75? That's my question. There's Fee. I tried to put, DC, right? Remember DC? You don't remember
Are you talking to
DC?
me?
Holy crap. Okay.
The name sounds familiar, but
Okay. Well, DC used to cast a lot.
I need context.
And along with Three Dog and everything, DC would play a lot of music, beer.
He's the one that went over to Twitch and had the pajama parties in the middle of the night playing
Maybe.
music and stuff.
Maybe.
Okay, yes, I know
Okay.
who that is. Yeah.
So I tried to type DC. We haven't done that in a while or whatever.
Mhm.
But instead, because I was on my phone typing it, it put Fee. We haven't done that in a while. And Fee was like, "What haven't we done in a while?" I was like, "Oops, I didn't."
Inquiring minds want to know.
My phone did that. I did not try to type Fee. I put DC and it put Fee in there. I have no idea why. It thinks DC is Fee, but okay, fine. I was like, okay, we'll just go with it. Whatever. So I have the, I think I still got it in my copy paste window. No, that's the 510 Connection show. Let me post that one more time. For y'all that are interested in DIY, there is that link.
Yeah, I definitely need a rebuild because this is taking longer and longer to heat up because of
Bring me your
the
device
hell.
and I will rebuild it.
I'm trying to vape the juice out of it first.
All right. And there's the that's the tank I have coming. The jelly box I have is the dual. I think DeMillan has the single, so I have the dual jelly box coming, so that'll be interesting to try. But that authentic VXV Soulmate RTA is another RTA for the Vupu Drag. Multiple, you can see the Drag S, the Drag X, the Drag Max, and I'm assuming the Argus and the Drag 3 or whatever. Um, well, the Drag 3, you would have to use the adapter because the Drag 3 has a 510 connection, so you'd have to use the 510 adapter and all that. But so, what mod is that, Munchkin? Munchkin
What?
is
What? What?
what are you vaping, Munchkin? Oh, she's vaping
This is the
the S.
Vaporesso. Yeah. What'd you do with my box?
I don't have it. The Gen S, the Vaporesso Gen S, is
But
what
isn't it
Munchkin
pretty?
has.
It fades from green to teal, and it's got copper buttons. It's very pretty.
Yeah. That's a Vaporesso. That one's actually a really light mod, but it
Yellow
feels
cake might
solid.
be a substitute for cinnamon twirl. Oh, yellow cake
Well,
with Danish. Do they have a Danish that doesn't have cinnamon in it at all? Just maybe a regular Danish flavor?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's got
Pud,
a the
how you
the
doing, bud? Pud
the
Puffs.
the casing too has got just the finish on it. It has got that not rubberized, but you remember the old Sigelis, how they had that suedey, plasticky feeling?
You know,
It's
that's.
kind of got that too.
Have you noticed since I know at least since I've been vaping, because I've been vaping a long damn time, that mod quality has changed drastically from when back in the day you could tell the difference between a well-built mod and a clone
And a plastic
POS.
piece of shit. Yeah.
Right. So there was mods made back then that were really solid. Sigeli was one of the big
Sigeli is
time.
a workhorse.
Sigelis, for some reason, back when they made the Sigeli 100, the Sigeli 150, those things were like indestructible almost. They weren't waterproof, but you could drop those mods and they would just keep working. I still have Sigelis. Um,
Yeah.
the double barrels, and even I saw DJ LSB was on a show the other day. I don't remember which show it was,
It
but
was with Wendy and DeMillan and Addie.
was it on? Okay, it was on that show.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that one of his favorite devices still is the G class from Yeehee, the G class. And that's surprising because Daniel gets a lot of mods in, a lot of
Melon.
mods in. The G class has always been a great mod. I love the fact that was one of the first devices that I
Hey,
saw
Richard.
that had a centered 510. I really wanted, and I begged, I was like, please, manufacturers, put the 510 in the center. And Yeehee put the 510 in the freaking center, and they nailed it on the G class. And since then, you get more and more mods. Even
Well, that one's
the
close to the
Evdillo.
center. Not
The
quite,
Evdillo
but
is in the
close.
center.
Tetley's
Um,
only here for your new haircut.
for the new haircut. Well, there you go, Tim. I need another haircut. Oh my God, I need another haircut. Gen X
You
has
don't
a
need another
different finish.
haircut. Shut up. You know how long it's been since I've had a haircut?
You know, Mick, I like Honeydew. I'm a big fan of Honeydew. Munchkin don't like melons, period. So for me to get melon
Yeah.
juice anything, I would have to order the flavoring on my own, and she would be like, melon is the devil. So I have to. You need a haircut, but it's not allowed at the moment. Pud, is it because of the quarantine stuff? Now that I completely understand. Even here, the haircutting places are open limitedly. You have to go, and they have like two chairs inside the haircut salon, and they're about 20 feet apart from each other. So they would call one person in and get a haircut, and if you go at the same time, you're still at least 12 feet apart. As long as they keep,
Everybody's got to wear the mask.
yeah. And I wore a mask the entire time during my haircut, and whenever she had to cut around my ears, she would pull half my mask off and hold it as she did around my ear and put my mask right back on, which I thought
Hmm.
was awesome. I was glad that they not only respected the fact that, hey, you need to wear a mask, but they did it in such a way where they could still get my haircut done and, be respectful of me not catching the COVID, because I damn sure don't want the COVID. Whoo, man. Um, it's due. Shave Viking. There you go, Pud Puff. Just shave it Viking. Put a hat on. We'll call you Top Cap or Top Hat or Jungle Vapors. It's Jungle Flavors Honeydew. I haven't tried. I'll be honest with you, Mick. I have not tried any flavoring at all from Jungle Vapors. Of
See, I
Jungle
think with
Flavors. I'm
a
sorry.
mask and staying the hell away from people, I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm not a people person anyway,
Now they
so
want you to wear two
yeah.
masks. Yeah, Scuba, I do a honeydew and watermelon. Mad Mock, that would be absolutely delicious.
Gross.
I like honeydew, and I really like. Now, I'm not a big fan of vaping fruits
I don't
like
know how
that,
you survived, Mick. I really.
but hello, Michelle Hughes. Michelle
Michelle.
Hughes is the author, writer,
Hmm.
book maker.
Melons are nasty, and every convention I go to, right? Every single one. It doesn't matter who I'm walking around with, it, whether it was him or Roger or my sister or whatever. Everybody's like, "Oh, here, try this juice," and it was always fucking melon, always, every single time. I'm like, y'all just doing that
Well,
shit to me on purpose, aren't you?
some people don't like melons. Some people don't like custard. Some people don't like fruit. Some people don't like menthol.
Well, I think I've made it abundantly clear to all of you that I do not like melon. My
well, I
sister's favorite juice, because she's weird, is a cucumber custard. Blech. It's
you
called
know
Ebola. It's
I
nasty.
I'll give
Loves
Higgy's
it.
credit. Higgy's has a cucumber, some type of cucumber juice. It's actually really good. I'm not a big fan of cucumbers. I'll eat cucumbers, but I'm not like, oh, I love cucumbers. But they have a cucumber juice that's actually really good. I
You
forgot what it's
suck them to the
called
scuba pump.
because I can't remember. But their cucumber juice is really good.
Hey, John,
Um,
cute. Melon is gross.
what's up, Al?
I don't like melon. Hi,
So I
Owl.
mean, making your own juice. I'm telling you guys, if you don't DIY,
I like my
now's the
cucumbers
time.
pickled
Now's
only.
the time to get into DIY before you end up in a
Yeah.
situation where you're trying to buy a bottle of e-juice and it's like
Well,
40, 50 bucks.
and
It's
here's
more
the
than a
thing
carton
too.
of well, I won't
I
say
think a
more
lot
than a
of
carton of
people got
cigarettes.
scared away from DIY in the beginning because you were literally doing it all yourself. Now with all these recipes, it's not hard. I mean, if you can cook, if you can measure, if you can read, you got it. You can do it.
Right. Well, I
Hi,
see
cutie
the people
patooties.
that want to
Good night.
shy away from DIY and stuff like that, but the amount of money that you save from DIY is absolutely astronomical. You
Hmm.
consider you're paying anywhere from $10 to $30 for a bottle of e-juice, right? And when you make it yourself, you might be 5 to 30 cents. That's a big difference. A big difference. Now, obviously, that's going to vary depending on how much money you spent on empty bottle, your nicotine, your flavoring, your VG, your PG. Now, honestly, I have PG here. I rarely ever touch the PG. I allow my flavors, which 90% of all your flavors, I would say 95% of all flavoring out there is PG based anyway. So I get my PG from the actual flavorings. Everything else that goes in there is VG. So boom, boom,
She
boom.
was demon,
Um,
or he was.
if you're missing that throat hit that you're used to in your favorite juice, maybe it's a 50-50 mix, then yeah, throw you some PG in there. Change it. E-liquid recipes allows you to to change your mix recipe. I think the default is 70-30, which is 70 VG, 30 PG. Um, or you can reverse that, 30 PG, 70 VG. But if you want, you can change that to 50-50, and then boom, there you go. You got the throat hit from the PG. Now, some people are allergic to either PG or VG. Obviously, if you're allergic to one of those two, you're going to adjust your recipe to reflect that. Some people are allergic to nickel. Um, so they don't want to vape on coils that have nickel in them. So nichrome,
I'm
nickel.
allergic to nickel, and I didn't notice anything. I
See,
tested it
it's
for
different.
science.
Some people are allergic to it touching their skin, but they're okay
That's
to
me.
inhale the fumes off of it. Some people can vape something that has nickel and it actually has an adverse reaction, and they're like, I can't do that anymore. So it's kind of a case by case study. Why they still have titanium on the market at all is astounding to me, because that can be very dangerous. I don't recommend making any coils out of titanium. It has an advantage because it heats up faster, but the disadvantage because of the titanium dioxide that can build up on your coils. If you were to ever heat that coil dry and it turned red hot, it's going to leave a white ash on top of there, which titanium dioxide, which is very bad for you. So I don't recommend using titanium coils at all. That's why you don't see that all over the market. You don't see every vendor out there, hey, we got titanium coils. You don't see that. You'll see all the other coils, stainless steel, mesh, kanthal, nickel, nichrome. You'll see all that, but you won't see, if you see titanium, it's going to be a very small, minute amount. And I recommend staying away from those. What's up, Wally?
Wally.
Now, I can see that, DeMillan, in the pot industry, but honestly, and that's the whole reason they're using titanium coils if they're in the pot industry, because it heats up really fast. So if they're using it to heat up whatever the hell they're vaping, because it has a really quick heat up period and a fast cool down period, I could see them using titanium. But then again, that's something you don't want to ever vape after it's burned dry. I mean, if it stays, the only way it would even be halfway safe to vape titanium coils is if you kept that thing absolutely saturated with juice and never ever let it go dry. And I mean, you'd have to be on top of it. Um, yeah. So that cat really likes you for some reason.
He's so sweet. He's my boy. Aren't you? Such a sweet boy.
Are you going to bring me that tank so I can rebuild it?
I'm not done vaping it yet.
Oh my
Can y'all
God.
hear him purring? Just purring away. Hey, big cat. Hello.
Dire thing, thank you for letting me know. I will definitely watch out for that. What I'll probably do on the jelly box, if it has a problem with juice getting down and auto firing, I will use something like the Juggernaut V2, which is right here. Um, I'll use this because it's top airflow, and this thing never leaks one single drop of juice. I've never had a problem out of the Juggernaut V2.
Do you see yourself on there? Yeah.
almost
Was that you?
every almost every QP, and I'm not gonna say every QP design tank or mod was knocked out of the park. The Gaia was not one of my favorites. Definitely not.
Not me this time, full moon.
The Gaia was like, eh. I mean, it was okay, but it was not one of their better tanks whatsoever. But the Fatality out of the park, M25, the Juggernaut Mini, Juggernaut V2. You can go on and on. They get the QPs come out with a lot of cool stuff. The mods, and then Squid Industries with their double barrels. I love those. Those things work great. Um, yeah, I'm gonna run out of Heisenberg really soon. Which is one of the
Well,
few
you
companies left that still put dye in their
can make
juice.
more.
Remember that other, what was it called? Puppy Drool? Puppy Drool.
Puppy drool from Pitbull, yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good juice, but I don't think they exist anymore. So
Well,
it's
because
like
he passed away. I think they still exist.
he
Somebody
passed
else took
away?
over.
Really?
Yeah, was it Billy Imhoff? Imhoff
Oh
was
my
his name.
God, there is
Yeah.
Gray Tower. If that is not a name from the past.
Where is Gray Tower? Oh,
Gray
there's
Tower's in
Gray Tower.
chat.
Hey there, Gray Tower.
Wow, I haven't seen Gray Tower in. I don't even know what Gray Tower would look like right now because Gray Tower had like the full black beard going on, and now he probably looks like an old man like me.
Yeah, Bree says she got a bottle of puppy drool the other day.
You got a
I
bottle
can't
of.
remember. They
Wow.
continued it though. It's still under Pitbull, and they still sell puppy drool and all
Do they
that.
still sell it with the coloring and without the coloring?
I think you can get it both ways, probably.
Yeah, Gray
Don't fall,
Tower, for
Ding
those
Dong.
of
You
y'all
gotta
that
hold on.
don't know, Gray Tower has been around as long as I have, for sure. He's been around a long time. He was a great moderator of the channel. He's
Gray
kind of
Tower probably
like,
doesn't even remember who the hell I am,
if I compared Gray
because
Tower to
I
anybody, it
know
would be
him from
like
my old name.
like Country Pammy, you know how, or Dolores. You know how Dolores is
Hmm.
really good with links? Gray Tower was the same way. So as old as dirt. There you go. Old as dirt. Yeah, Gray Tower's old as
Oops.
dirt, but I'm
Go get
even
it.
I'm the dirt under that
Go
dirt.
get it. Yeah,
So
there you
yeah.
go.
Are there any clones of Puppy Drool? I have not looked that up, Dave. I don't doubt that one bit because Puppy Drool would probably be one of the easier flavors to clone if they were trying to clone it. I don't think Puppy Drool would be that hard.
See, you know why I like Bandit? Because he doesn't mind being in here with your asshole dog, and we'll still hang out.
Yeah. Y'all can see on the actual on our comforter back there the blue lighting up because we have curtains right there on the wall with
Oh,
LED
I could
lights.
see them in the last show behind the. I guess you must have adjusted it, but
Oh, Great Tower sent me a Facebook message. Hold on, I haven't been on Facebook in God knows how
I
long.
still like it, Kevin Smith. I mean, it's. I can't. I thought it would be bad with the spearmint because I don't like spearmint, but it still tastes good. I mean, that's a pretty damn
Oh, he
good.
sent me a
They're
picture.
very close.
I mean,
Here,
I didn't mean to laugh so loud, but
that was very loud.
Great Tower sent me a picture of himself. Oh my God.
Now you don't have to worry about what he looks like.
Well, you know what though? I will say he looks the same, except there's a lot of gray in there now. Share it.
Demon Hunter says,
I
"Suck my
I will
eardrums."
share it if
I'll
Great
pass
Tower
Demon
says it's
Hunter.
okay to share. He said go ahead. Okay, I wanted to make sure it was okay to share it because holy moly. Let me try and share it.
Rip headphone users, I know, right? I could
Uh,
hear that all the way up here with the door shut.
wait, that's not the right link. That's not. Which one do I need to choose? Hold
Not
on.
that one. Image, dear.
Yeah, but I didn't download. All right, let me download the image, and then it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah, okay. I see. I see an image.
You see an image? I'm not
Yes,
even trying to do.
there's a lot of gray.
Oh, you can see it. My bad.
Yes,
I
yeah.
didn't know it was showing that. But there you go. That's Great Tower, guys. Um, I was
It's
trying
getting
to.
progressively smaller for
Well,
some
because I
reason.
was.
More
Oh,
experienced scuba viewers keep their earphones behind the door as well. Yeah, that's a good
there
idea.
you go.
Full Moon says you blew the speakers on their TV.
Sorry. Oh, why is it still showing that? No,
I
stop. Oh,
don't
hold on.
know.
My bad. Let me fix that right now. There we go. Great Tower's a poet, and we didn't know it. There you go.
But his feet show it because they're Longfellows. All right.
Yeah.
Stop staring at the dog.
Wow. Great Tower, man. That's cool to see you after all these years. It's kind of cool that he sent a picture and because I haven't seen Great Tower in forever, forever, man. And I'm glad he's still around and still keeping up with the vape scene. Whether he vapes or not, I have no idea. But it's cool to
What, do
see
you
him
want
still
out?
around.
Hi. Hello.
And I'm still kicking Gray Tower. I mean, as you can see,
As you
I'm
can see.
still, I'm still around. I'm doing YouTube. I mean, Robert had,
What are you doing, kitty?
Robert had the idea. He was like, you know what, Scuba, we should go and broadcast on Vapors TV again. And I'm like, oh man,
Let's not say we did.
it. See, everybody's holding a grudge against Vapors TV, but
No, everyone's holding a grudge against Mark Vaughn and his fucking weird ass mother.
I understand that, right? But I don't like holding grudges against people, and I like
Oh,
the
I do.
fact that Vapors TV allowed you to send private messages and allowed you to play whatever the hell music you wanted to play.
I'll go back if he apologizes and says that he was a dumbass and did all of that crap intentionally.
I miss all the old gang, Michelle, you and I both. We had a lot of great
There's some people I
casters,
don't miss.
a lot of great casters that just quit. They don't cast anymore. And
All right,
and
I'm bringing this down to you after I use the restroom.
Okay. Well, she's gonna bring me her tank, and we're gonna rebuild that tank. I think Pud Puffs probably fell asleep, so we'll just say he did. I try to keep up with the vape industry. Mad Mock, back in the day, and I know Mad Mock's been around this long. Remember they used to have group buys on Facebook? Oh my God, this is way Jazzy. What's up? This is way back. Is that bladeless fan as good as those with blades? Viking, I will say the bladeless fan is better than fans with blades. No question. It's quieter, as long as you keep it clean. These things are great. The Dyson fan, now you don't have to buy a Dyson. I'm not saying go out there and spend a ton of money on a Dyson. But if you can find a clone of it that's bladeless, that's got that's quiet, I would say go for it. I like those fans. And there we go. There's Richard. But yeah, Mad Mock. We used to have, for those that don't remember, that haven't been vaping that long, Facebook used to have group buys on products that you couldn't even get for the next 2-3 months. They would be like, hey, we have the new Poseidon RDA. And everybody would spend $20, right? And what they would do is because China had, a queue that you would have to buy so many before they would make the product. So, say they had you had to buy 25 of them. So everybody on Facebook would all give their $20, and then the leader of said group would buy 25, 30 of them things, and then when they eventually came in, then they would get shipped out to all the people that ordered them. That's group buys work like that back in the day. Now they don't do that. I haven't seen any group. Maybe they're still around, but back then group buys took a long. You would order something, and by the time you got it in the mail, you completely forgot you even ordered the thing. Um, that pic got you a full makeover and new clothes. Nice, Gray Tower. There you go. There was some cool stuff, Mad Mock. There was some cool stuff back then, man. Um, did I see the shark that got bit in half by another shark? I do not know. Do I remember the Black Edition K-Fun clones? Oh, of course, Vape Dave. Of course I remember that. I probably have one buried deep in one of my bins. Um, I don't know. I've lost a lot of vape gear. I've lost a lot of vape gear that I don't know where it is. So what are you gonna vape in the meantime? Not a damn thing. Okay, that's all I need to know. All right,
I
so
don't know because someone took my other tank.
all right. What do you mean I took your other tank? That's mine. Oh, you can vape that one. That one's got a hole in it.
Because you broke it.
Ah, that's funny as hell. Yeah, this one's got a big hole in the glass right there. Yeah, that
Where's
one's.
the other one?
The other one's around somewheres. Vape the Kelpie. This doesn't even have any juice in it right now.
Is it built?
It's built, it just don't have any juice in it. I'm sure it'll vape fine. Damn, you ain't got to snatch it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at Munchkin's mod right here. So I don't know if this looks better on this camera compared to hers. Hers sucks, so this probably looks a lot better. This is the Gen S, and she has the rainbow. I do believe this is the intake dual. Yeah, this is the Vaporesso Gen S. It's a pretty mod. I like the way this thing feels. It's almost like a felt or rubberish feeling, even though it's not that. But that's what it feels like in the hand. So we're gonna build this thing. I got.
Assault my camera?
Did I what?
You assaulted my camera.
I didn't
My
assault.
camera sucked.
Take your butt upstairs. Hey, leave my cock alone. All right, so we're gonna build this.
Your wish is my command.
She's pissed now. All right, so we're gonna take this. Oh, this is an Allen wrench right here. Ow, she thumped me in the neck. Look, there's still juice in here. I'm scared to see what these coils. I'm scared to see what these coils are gonna look like when I take this thing apart. Honestly. Knowing the way that Munchkin vapes, this thing is going to be really black. Really, really black. So, not hard enough, I'm still conscious. Yeah, there you go. Looks like it was leaky. No, it wasn't leaky. Well, there was some juice on the bottom, Demilla, and I don't know what that's from. There's no telling with what, Munchkin does.
What is that supposed to mean?
There's the coils that are in here. They look like they're very caked up with e-liquid. Now you got to remember.
Now that was from me blowing the top off my bottle when I went to refill it the other day.
Well, these coils. Now, if you're going to use a juice that is very, very high in,
I know.
If it's very sweet, you're going to look at those coils. You can't even see the lines in the coils because they're covered in charcoal.
It still tasted good.
It's still. See, even J.R. Biker said that looks like charcoal. They do. They're pretty bad.
Look, if that was like a pork butt, that would be like a perfect crust. It is caramelized.
Like
I
a
agree
pork
with.
butt.
I agree with Vic on that. It's good.
I gotta
flavor.
fix her up faster. Michelle, I can only do it. I build her mod when she asks me to. I have no idea when her coils are going bad. So it's like, if she tells me, hey, it's tasting bad, then because she told me the other day, and I was like, well, I'll build it, and now she gave it to me. So it's like, well, now that I got it, I'll build it. So here we go. You might need a hammer for those coils. You might be right about that, Kevin.
No.
I don't think it's that bad. Oh, I need to go back to my OBS so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Let's see if we can even now the big test. This is how you know if you vape these things beyond the past where they need to be. If this cotton pulls straight apart, like breaks a half in the center.
Oh, it's gonna break in half.
Then you know that you've overheated these coils at some point, and that would be a breakage right there. That is a definite breakage. So yeah, not good. So there's what the coils look like with no cotton in there.
Exactly, Richard. They're just broken in.
They're just broken in? Oh my goodness. So let's take these coils and see if we can get some of this. This is gonna smell so bad.
You're so dramatic. It's gonna smell like a campfire, and campfires are excellent.
It doesn't smell like a campfire. It smells
No,
like
it
burnt.
smells like campfire and marshmallows.
It smells like burnt coal. Oh, I don't like. Yeah, I'm with Munchkin here. I don't like that it says new load or old load.
Yeah, that's gross.
What kind of load we talking about there?
Yeah, neither.
I
Neither.
told it was. I told it was a new load because this is the first time I've done this load. So there you go. Um, Now I'm probably gonna have to go wash this thing. You can see how it's turning red, except it's staying black in the center on that one. And most of the time you can blow some of this ash off. I'm just gonna blow this and I'll show you the difference it makes. That still feels.
What did you have in this Kelpie last?
I don't know.
Something fruity.
Yeah, see, y'all can't see it because the camera's blurring it out. If I touch this, it's gonna burn the crap out of my finger. But there's some ash. Okay,
Don't
now
do
you can
that then,
see it.
dumbass.
See right in the center, right there. There's some ash. That is a clump of. Let me see if it'll show it. That's a
Delicious
clump of charcoal on top of
seasoning.
that thing. See that? There you go. Now you can see this. There's a clump of like charcoal on top of this thing that needs to
It's
be
well
taken off.
seasoned.
It's well
Jazzy
seasoned.
said there's new firmware for the Nano out. When you stop judging me.
Jazzy, how long's it been? Wait, how long's it been
Exactly,
out?
Michelle.
He's probably telling me like 3 weeks later and shit. I will get the new firmware, Jazzy, right after the show. It looks like
No,
slag.
it's
There
not
you go,
slag.
timekeeper. Like if you were
Oil
welding and
slag.
you had to knock off the oh January 8th.
That's a good name for
January
it. Oil
8th.
slag.
You're telling
Dear,
me
stop fucking yelling. We're
21
all right
days later?
here.
Do you have on headphones?
Yes, but the neighbors
Okay.
don't need them.
The
You're
neighbors
blowing
like to
my
know
eardrums
about
out.
vaping.
No, the neighbors don't need to know about
the
vaping.
the neighbors want to vape too. I'm gonna convert them.
Right, Wally? If I touch this, it's going to burn me. But see right there? Poking at it, poking at it.
See this snake? It's the most poisonous snake in the world. I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
grab its
touch it.
tail. All right, let me burn this off. Let me go. All I'm gonna do is heat this up and basically run it under some water because. And I got a little toothbrush that we use just to clean coils off.
Hey, Bandit.
Thanks, dire thing. Hold on.
Come here, Goober. Are you stuck? Come here. I'm feeling judged right now. I don't appreciate that. You suffer from CRS. Yeah, dank buds will do that to you. I didn't ask for any judgment. I just asked for rewigging. It still tastes good. When it stops tasting good is when I have him rebuild it. If it doesn't taste like shit, why am I going to bother rebuilding it? Well, Demon Hunter, I didn't have anything else to vape because he's commandeered all of my tanks. And then he broke my glass on my fatality. Hello, Cheech. How are you doing?
Okay, how long did that take?
I know, isn't that funny, Jazzy?
See, now just
Funny,
after taking
terrible,
this
not
to the
funny, haha.
sink and basically firing this till it turns red and letting a little water hit, just the coils, not the mod itself, it's taken off. Now with a toothbrush, now I definitely don't use this toothbrush on yourself after you do this, but this toothbrush has cleaned up pretty much all that slag off of there. Look how they're heating up nice and even. That's what you want. You don't want to have, if you have a dual coil tank, you don't want one coil that fires faster
That's
than the other
Mike
one.
Vapes. What tank is that? I can't remember not
the intake dual.
the intake, yeah.
Yeah, this is the intake dual from Mike Vapes.
I think
So
that tank, that other than the fatality, I've stuck with that tank the longest because I don't have
it's
any
not a
problems
bad
with it.
tank. I mean, I gotta give him credit on that. It's not a bad tank. I like the fact that it has these nice giant wicking channels for your
Hmm.
juice to come into. Um, your airflow comes down through these channels here on the side, so you have really no mesh is great. Squonking is great too. Gray Tower. Squonking is squonking is a uh, it's a hobby in all its own. Basically, what I would say. So if you squonk, it's something that you have to steadily do. You don't want a squonker to sit on your desk for any period of time because then you
You
get that weird plastic taste
you
from the
can't
bottle.
pull Vic
So,
out through that little tiny hole. So Bandit is
yeah.
trying to pull poor Vic out of the little tiny mouse cable hole on the back of my computer. Let go.
He's trying
Let
to
go.
pull Vic out. How's he going
I'll
to do
show you
that?
in a minute as soon as Bandit lets go. You can't
Well,
get him.
let me know when I need to switch to your camera and
Go ahead
I'll.
and switch.
Not the pinfold. Not the
Does he
pinfold.
make noise anymore? No. Um, he doesn't make noise. He says he talks, but he's not working anymore. He lives on my desk
Okay,
back
this
here
is not my
in the corner.
original Muji cotton. This is that big, long, giant cotton. So I'm going to try to get 2 wicks out of one strip. May or may not
These are
work.
like Muji maxi pads.
These are giant. Yeah, I mean, these are huge. Compared to the regular Muji pads, which is what I use, which I'm pretty sure I can grab one right now to show you guys. If I can find the right drawer. Everything's blocking my drawers.
You got a problem with your drawers, dear?
Well, that's not it either. I don't know where's my cotton at?
You got a giant box of it underneath your desk.
I know, but that's a brand new box. I have cotton still in a baggie, and I don't know where it's at. I still have a brand new box of Muji, which I've had that Muji forever and a day. And all right, we're just going to use this for now. I think this is the normal size. Yeah. So here we go. If we're going to compare, this is the normal size Muji, and here's the other
Right
Muji.
down the line.
See the difference in the length? That's a
Yeah.
good inch to an inch and a half difference, if not more. So that's the difference. So what we're going to try to do is Scuba can't find his pads. Really? Jeez, y'all are so bad.
It doesn't have dimensions on it. If it does, it's written in Japanese.
Well, if you go to Muji's site,
Wait, yeah,
it
60 by 50. It's on the little barcode thing, 60 by 50.
the large one is 75 by 50. Okay, well there you go. See, Demon Hunter knows. I haven't
Hmm.
looked in. It's been so long since I bought Muji. I don't even know what the real size, the regular size Muji is,
Well,
because
that's
it's
what happens when he cleans up John Q's. You can't find anything unless it's all laying on
So
his
I'm going to
desk.
try to save enough on the left side here to make a whole nother wick. I think I can get away with it. Most of the time on something like this, you want to get past the first part that you squeeze down to get through your coil. And I'm going to cut this right at the base of the RTA, which 9 times out of 10 is fine for something like this. Oops, it fell over. As far as enough wick to be able to put in there. So we're going to take this.
That's an accurate description, Demon, except for the fact that it's not organized. It's just chaos.
I got organized chaos. Yeah, there you go.
No, there's nothing organized about your chaos.
Why can't I have organized
I'm
chaos?
trying. I'm trying to organize the chaos. It's yeah.
So I was actually able to get 2 actual wicks out of one pad here.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Look at there. I got them both in. I got them both done with one piece of cotton from that big stuff. I mean, the big, it's kind of like Can you get
I don't
enough
know
out of
what
it?
you
Yeah.
had in here before, but it is not mixing well with vanilla nuts. It still tastes like old
Fruit.
fruit juice.
I think it was maybe it was that raspberry stuff. I don't know. It's been a while since I changed the coils in that. I'm making yours now. Just vape that and deal with it.
I am. I can complain about it though while I'm doing it.
So now, if you see people strumming out their cotton like this, there's a reason for that. I want to bring that up. I always use my Harbor Freight scissors to cut my cotton. These things have lasted me years and years, and they still work. And the reason I strum this out is because unless you use a special type of scissors to cut your cotton, what it does is it pinches all this cotton and it leaves a seam across your cotton on the end. And that doesn't allow your juice to get saturated up into that wick the way it should. That's the whole reason for strumming this out. You want that cotton to be nice and fluffy like this so that when the juice hits it, each individual fiber grabs the juice and pulls it up towards your wick. The heat from your coils is going to automatically draw that juice up into your coil. So if you have this thing,
Richard, it's the radiation. It's a natural sanitization.
if you have it to where, um, I forgot what I was going to say. You don't want to put too much wick in there though. Too much wick is a bad thing. Then you're going to end up with a lot of dry
You're gonna
hits,
have
which I
you're
think
gonna
this
have
is
a
a
bad
little.
time, Clay.
I think this is a little too much. Why did it? I cut that right there, but when I went back to cut it again, it was different. Let me try. Oh, because I forgot to trim it after I strummed it. So there we go. So now
Don't
that
fuck
I've
my
cut
shit
this,
up.
you can look at the edge and see
Gotta
if
be
it
on your A
has
game.
that pinched off feeling, pinched off look. If it does, I would suggest strumming it some more. You don't want too much wick in there. Too much wick can be a bad thing. You're going to have a lot of dry hits going on. You see, if you just barely attempt to put wick in there and it fits right in there, you're good to go. You just want to make sure that your juice channel is absolutely full of cotton.
What's
If
that stray
not,
cotton?
you're gonna get a flooding issue.
You got a hanger on there.
Flooding issue is not good. You don't want flooding.
Are you ignoring me?
What are you talking about? Hanger on her.
You had like extra cotton fluff stuck in there, and you're
Oh,
shoving it in the hole.
it's I always shove it in the hole. You're welcome. Damn, that sounded bad. All right.
It did. Shame on you.
So there we go. We have all this tucked in here nice
Hey,
and neat
George.
now. So now what juice are we
Fruit
putting in
demon.
here? That's that's what's up. So
We
what
are
are we
putting cannoli B1 in there.
well, you need to bring me some cannoli B1.
God, you're so needy. All right, I'll be right back.
And we need to clean this out. Now, anytime you're going to go and clean this out, you also have to clean out the tank. You see this caked up caramel look inside here? And I really recommend going and cleaning out the inside of the chimney section also. A Q-tip works really good for this. So, I mean, you can probably clean this without a Q-tip, but down through this center channel, what the hell did you just throw? A Q-tip. Okay. So, like down through this center channel, if you take a Q-tip and go down through there with this is going to come out black, I guarantee it. Are you didn't. She don't even want to come down the damn stairs. She gonna hand me the juice. All right. So either way, I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to clean this at the sink because besides getting this clean, you probably want to also remove your 810 drip tip because this needs to be. See how there's juice under here? You'll get the remnants of the last flavor. You need to clean all this stuff. All this has to be cleaned if you want a nice clean vape on the next vape that you take. And I'm cleaning out the 510 connection up here. Cleaning this
Even
out really
remember
good.
John Q. It's not because of the shape of his head
See, I'm
there.
getting juice coming out on my hand now that was already in this tank, but I'm about to go wash this out. Really want, you needed a better way? Well, thank you, Owl. Hopefully it's helping you, bud. So,
No, we didn't name him that because his head is shaped like a peanut. I can't remember where it
now I'm
came
going to
from.
go and take and clean this out. Anytime you have caked up juice on here, especially if you're changing flavors, if you're going to stick with the same flavor, it's not as bad to transfer over,
Ew, that's nasty. Go clean that.
but it's still better to clean it out. I mean, who doesn't want a nice, fresh, clean taste on their vape? Not like clean, like, oh, brand new laundry, but a clean new flavor altogether.
Well, get
So
to it. Chop, chop. Go clean it.
hold on, all right. I got to get ice at the same time. I'll be right back.
Okay. No, not shame on me. Like I said, it still tasted good. I don't even remember why we call him Peanut, John Q. I don't remember where it came from. It's just one of those names that evolve. Now, I prefer not to vape laundry either, but you got to admit, nice fresh coils do have a flavor reminiscent of clean socks. Better than dirty socks. But no, I mean, it still tastes good. So why am I going to bother rebuilding it? I mean, obviously, when it's the middle of the afternoon and I'm at work, because you know how it'll change. It'll be vaping perfectly and taste super great, and then all of a sudden, bam, it tastes like shit. Um, no, I don't think Condi came up with peanut. That's way too tame for Condi. Way too tame. Um, I can't remember. I can't remember why we call him Peanut, but I know it's not because of the shape of his head. What do you mean, like moose? You shut up. Condi didn't come up with it. I know I have a scuba, but I don't I don't want to abuse the privilege of making him do shit for me because I am perfectly capable of doing it myself. Shh, don't tell him. But I mean, that's why I got a scuba, so I don't have to. That's why I don't have to. It's a fringe benefit. Um, I don't worry about it until it starts to taste like shit, and I notice that the flavor is falling off, and I can't tell if it's because I'm just so used to it because I've been vaping it for a couple days now, or if it's because the coils need to be cleaned. Clearly, after seeing what they look like, it's the coils.
All right. Can I have a Dr. Pepper, please? Oh my God, she just sighted me.
You you couldn't have asked for one when I just ran down the steps.
I didn't know it was
How
low.
about when I come down to get my tank, I will bring you a drink.
Gray Tower, exactly. You have a scuba to rewick. It's.
John Q wants me to abuse you.
I think
I
that's the
said I
only
didn't
reason
want
I'm
to
really here,
abuse the
Gray Tower, is
privilege.
because I can rewick her shit. But. Because she's working so hard at getting me a Dr. Pepper.
We've got all the
I
sodas
was
up here.
just in the kitchen, George. I was just in the kitchen making biscuits. All right,
But
so
we have to hide all the soda up here because we live in a house with two young children
I
and two other
I
adults that will
turned
drink our shit.
I okay. So
Gotcha,
what
gotcha,
I'm
gotcha.
gonna do? This is very important, especially in RTA. RDAs are not that big a deal. RTAs, I've shown this multiple times, and I've seen I don't know how many reviewers doing this now, which I don't know if they learned it from me or I don't care. I'm not taking full credit for this. It's just something I've always done, and if they watch one of my shows and they started doing it, hey, good for them. I always juice up my wicks, and I pre-fire this multiple times, especially on RTAs, because RTAs, if you don't fire these in multiple
I
times
don't have
before you
one for me.
close the top back down on there, you're going
You
to
should
have
get
that
one.
weird fresh sock laundry taste to
He
it.
might like that though.
So I'll burn this in just a little bit, and then I'm going to put more juice. Wow, that smells really good.
So when you're
And
finally ready, it just tastes like a juicy clean sock.
Yeah, well, no, you should get instant flavor off of these things once you get this thing. If you have it burned in enough times, I mean, I recommend doing this 3 or 4 times. That way, you know that the center of this cotton, especially where your coil is, you're not worried about the sides as much. I'm just keeping it saturated to keep it from dry hitting. So you want to make sure the center of the coil, don't let this plastic tip touch your hot coils. If that happens, you're going to get the nastiest plastic,
You'll
nasty
only do
taste
it
you've ever.
once.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So keep it above when you're putting juice on there. And you don't want to fire it too long to where as you dry out your coils. Just going to fire this enough. You'll start to see these turn a little bit white because
Is
it's,
that the same kind of tip as don't fire your mod while you're raking your coils with metal tweezers?
well, I would not suggest that either, but is there a Dr. Pepper nearby? I thought there might be,
When
but
if my tank is ready, I will deliver. I will trade Dr. Pepper for tank.
oh my
We have a
god.
cat
I have to wait
mountain
for
climbing in our
I
closet.
have to finish her damn mod. This is a payment system here. I have to finish her freaking tank
It's
before I can get my
bartering.
so now it's firing nice and smooth. You don't want to leave too much juice in here, otherwise what'll happen is when you do close this up, you're going to have a RTA that tastes a little gurgly to start off with, and then it's going to smooth out. So when you do this, when you put juice on here the last time, you want to fire this to where you don't see like juice
Night, vaping.
gurgling between the coils.
Viking.
If there's juice, like
Vaping
you can
Viking.
see actual juice bubbling
Viking
up
vapor.
between the coils, that means it's oversaturated. Burn these coils until all you see is vapor coming up. You don't see any juice. That you don't want
Oh
to
yeah.
see. If it's doing that, then there's too much juice there. I'm going to
Kissing the
take the
coils.
top.
Been there,
I'm going
done
to
that.
take the
Big cup.
top off of this thing. I've already cleaned this off. As you can see, it's a lot better looking
As you can
inside
see,
now. As you
the
can see.
kelpie tastes burnt,
Well,
and I
that
even turned
kelpie
it
hasn't
down to 50 watts.
the kelpie hasn't been done in a long time,
Well,
so
it's gross.
I'll rebuild the kelpie tonight or some other time. So now we're going to fill this thing up. And this cannoli B1 is actually a really good juice, guys. And I know Munchkin has the recipe.
Nom, nom, nom.
If y'all decide to
Yep.
make this, if you
I'll
like
put the recipe
cannolis,
again.
I would highly suggest making this juice. This is a really good juice. I don't
There's
know
the
who the maker,
recipe.
the original recipe maker is of the juice, but
It says Voodoo, and I don't know who Voodoo is. Now,
okay.
there was a guy that was local here that used to have vape shows. His name was Voodoo Charlie.
That was a sneeze cough. That was weird.
Was that noise that you made?
Yeah, I sneezed and coughed at the same time.
Sound like you said yipes.
Yipes! Yipes!
Yipes. Yeah, Voodoo Charlie. I don't know if any Gray Tower might remember Voodoo Charlie, but he used to
There's a
do
bubble coming up. That's a good sign. That means that this thing is accepting juice. That's a good sign right
what do you
there.
mean Voodoo is horrible? That's the guy with the recipe for cannoli B1.
Oh,
Free COVIDs.
you might
Well, if
want
he's got COVID,
you might want to open up your airflow. I did notice that you have a slight piece
okay.
of metal on your airflow ring that needs to be sanded off. It's a burr. It's a metal burr on your airflow ring. When I was cleaning it, it was cutting me, so I just left it there. But that needs to be taken off. I'll do that later.
well, the only time he's down there is for the show. We've got TV and
I thought I
Xboxes up
burned
here,
all
so-
the extra juice off, but that's flooded as a mofo.
All right. Well,
Oh.
I will be coming downstairs and returning the kelpie to you, so you can fix that shit too. I'll be down there. In a
Let me
second.
make sure this is going to clear up, but yeah. Because I know there's enough wicking in there, but I may have put too much juice. When you get past the gurgling point when you're firing it, you may have to go a little bit further. You don't want that extra juice in there. You got to think of this as pressure on your coils. When you put all this juice on top of this, it's going to put all that liquid pressure onto your coils. which could result in a little bit of flooding, but usually after 3 or 4 vapes it goes away, which is
Smells
what
like you're baking cookies down here. I walked out of the bedroom and was like, bam!
I'm baking cookies.
It smells delicious.
That smells
It
delicious.
does. All right, here's that nasty. You can vape that.
Yeah, Demon Hunter is doing it right now. That juice is absolutely delicious.
It is, isn't it?
Wait, I'm not done yet. I'm vaping it. Can I have my drink? Could you give me a no? You give me drink and I give you
Pepper.
I give you vape. She don't want to hand me the drink.
You don't want to hand me my mod.
Mm,
Yum, yum, yum.
that's actually pretty damn
It
good.
is pretty damn good. Even
Okay,
exchange.
here. Give me my drink.
Thank you, dear.
Off with you, woman. Ow. Are you grabbing my boob?
Here,
I don't even have moobies.
there, so the other one doesn't get jealous.
Gotta grab both moobies. Okay. Anyone else waiting for the slap? What is the slap, Gray Tower? Is that a new mod or am I missing out on something here? I don't know what it is. That whoever came up with that Cannoli B1 recipe definitely took their time to make all the betas to make that thing come out really good. It's actually a really good recipe. I give them full credit. I know if I was going to make a clone of holy moly that's strong, I'm going to be wasted by the time I finish this drink.
What's that flavor profile? Holy moly, it's strong. I want to try that.
No, that was my drink.
I know.
Okay.
Oops,
Oh look, I have Cannoli B1. Thank you. Anyways,
Oh shit! Bring that up here when you come up.
I'm gonna vape it all right now. There's
I
not even
got
that much
more.
left. I could vape all this in one go. What's the juice? Kevin, Munchkin will post the link in chat. It is called, well, Cannoli B1 is a juice you can buy at the store, but this is a clone recipe of it, and it actually is really good. Now, there's what, 11 or 12 flavors
12.
in this juice? 12? So, it requires you to get a lot of different flavorings, but it's really good.
But don't let that scare you, because all the flavorings that it takes are not...
They're not high.
They're not one-offs. It's not something that's you're only going to use for that one recipe. It's stuff like New York cheesecake and cream cheese icing and sugar cookie and funnel cake. So those flavors you're going to be able to use for a ton of other recipes if you don't happen to like this one.
Oh, Darthang
But
just
if you
gave
like
me a link
cannoli,
to
we
the
will,
slap.
we will.
I didn't even know. Let me see what this slap is. What the hell?
You are such
You can
a
buy
sucker.
horse
I
whips.
love you.
You can buy
That's
horse.
a riding crop, but yes.
I know, but I didn't know you could buy those. Ooh, that could be fun. I mean,
Bless your
that's
heart.
terrible.
And how much is it? Let me click on that link.
Wait, Great Tower said something
That's
else.
not a bad price.
Oh, Great Tower
Add to
sent me a
cart.
link to his mods things. Let me click on that. Look at that, Great Tower. Holy moly. I like that. You have a Star Wars calendar. I don't know why you have all the X's on your calendar, with nothing else on there. Great Tower, you know the bad thing about sending me a photo, I will analyze the crap out of this photo. I see that you have a tripod up in the corner. Most of the mods that I see standing up there, besides the little Chinese cat that does the wave thing, look very old. So you haven't bought any mods in a while, it looks like. And your juice collection is very low. I'll give you credit on the amount of icons that you have on your screen, unless you have a lot more on the left screen. I mean, he has double screens. If the left screen has a lot, my icon list is ridiculous. My screen is almost
You know what?
full.
I thought your screen was bad
Uh-huh.
until the IT people brought me Jeff's laptop. It was like, where are we supposed to put the shortcut? His his screen is so full on his laptop that he has to attach a second monitor so he can see all the shit on his screen.
Jamilin, I've seen the swag. I've seen reviews on the swag. All right, this is my feelings on the swag. I really like the fact that they put the display behind the carbon fiber. What the hell is fiber?
Carbon
I
fiber.
like the fact that they put the display behind the carbon fiber. I don't like the fact, I'm with Vic on the whole fact that the other side of the mod is leather. Why do that? Why not make the whole mod carbon fiber? Now, I know they probably, if you think about it from Vaporesso's side, they're like,
Light
well,
monitors.
people are going to
Got too
go,
many
which
icons
side
there.
has the screen? Okay, the carbon fiber side has the screen. So you know not to look at the leather side. But how hard is it to go, I'm firing it, okay, I can't see the screen, flip it over the other way. Not that big a deal. I would have kept both of them the same. I would have made the entire mod carbon fiber. I like that the fact the screen's behind the carbon fiber. That was a cool idea. On the swag itself, me personally, I would wait until there's a 21700 version of it. Just me. A single 18650, I got a million of those. If I was going to buy one of these,
Same here, John Q.
I would wait for a 21700 version of it, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think it's a bad mod by any means, but if I was going to get this, I would wait for 21700. I like the fact that the airflow is actually controlled by the tank. You just literally turn it and it adjusts the airflow, but it's it's not one that I'm like, oh, I need to get the swag. That's not one it's on my radar, in other words. But I'll have the jelly box here in the next couple days. And
John Q, my boss laughed at your lean on me name suggestion.
he didn't like the lean on me.
He did, but I mean, again, it's not going to be like a public company, so no one is going to see it. So it's kind of. I did tell him
Exactly,
about
DeMillan.
this. Shut the fuck up and sign the papers too.
I would recommend to you, DeMillan, I would wait because you know within what 3 weeks to a month they're going to come out with a 21700 version of the swag and call it the Swag Pro or something.
Well, somebody's got to be the sacrificial
And
goat
that
and go
would
buy it.
that
so they
would
come
be
out
the
with it.
one you need to get because honestly, a single 18650, you got to think about that. And nowadays, depending on the wattage you normally vape at. Now, if you're a low wattage vapor, the regular swag would probably be fine for you. But if you're a vapor that vapes above 50 watts, say you vape 75 watts, 80 watts, a single 18650, you're going to blow through that battery in no time. Unless you have a lot of batteries, I would wait and get a 21700 because it just has that extra amount of battery power that you're going to need that gives you time to let your other battery charge. You don't want to have just one 21700. You want to have multiples. That way, when that battery goes dead, you have another one on standby. Boom, boom, change it out. You're good to go. In my opinion. See you later, Cloud Chucker. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, you brought me
Hi,
the
Cloud.
Kelpie back.
I did. Go ahead, vape that. Tell me what you think.
You know what? I'm going to try this. I want to see what the hell you were talking about.
And
I'm
I had
gonna-
it at 50 watts.
I'm going to take the Ev Dillo or the Evil Dildo. This mod has still been tried and true. I tried to tell David from e-cig not to buy the damn 217 mod from Fupu because of the screen. This is the thing,
Well,
guys.
isn't the 217 like 3 years old anyway? That's like an antique.
It's old. Well, that means it was really cheap. So
Mm.
the thing is with those older mods, anytime you got a big screen like that you can put pictures on and all that, the connector that goes to the screen is really thick. It's got a really giant ribbon cable. So if you drop or bang it, you have way more of a chance for that screen to go bad. It could literally be like one or two of the connections that break when the mod drops and you lose the
because a
entire
single coil.
screen.
Well, the
Simple
217, I
screens.
bought a gold one, and it just felt cheap and janky.
This coil is 0.74. Well, I don't want to vape it that high then. That's way too many watts. Well, I don't want to go that low either. All right, excuse me. Let's try 35 watts. And you said you don't know what this tastes like.
Well, I put Nilla nuts in it, and there's some fruity back note.
Okay,
but
that's
right
not
now
enough
it just
watts.
tastes like burnt shit.
What? 0.6 is what it's showing. Okay, that tastes like burnt ass.
Yes, I told you.
The Kelpie needs to be rebuilt, no question. That tastes terrible. Oh my god. So I need to redo the Kelpie. The Kelpie, I put the Fatality drip tip on there, which I think the Fatality drip tip on top of the Kelpie is absolutely made for it. I've told Vic this multiple times. He's like, "Oh, you're still talking about that? You damn Skippy," because it fits it perfectly. It's much better than the drip tip it comes with, honestly. Let's see how nasty it is. Demon Hunter, I'm scared. But I'm with you. I do want to see it, so we'll look. Why not? We got time. We got 20 minutes. Why not? Let's see how bad this Kelpie is. That would look nice on the jelly. You're right, DeMillan. I can't wait to get the jelly. I'm going to be like, oh, a jelly. I got a jelly. All right, let me click to this screen so I can see what I'm doing here. This
I
tastes
miss
absolutely...
music on the shows.
I miss the music. That's the whole thing, man. That's why I was like, Vapors TV, yeah, they piss me off, but hey, and this is serial number 6. That's thanks to Vic because I got one sent to me when this thing was still brand new, so I got serial number 6. Really low serial number. Jesus! Oh, that thing was on there. Man, now I needed to take this. Stop stalling. Okay, this looks no better than Munchkin's coil, to be honest with you. This looks rough, tastes rough. It's just plain out rough.
Ugh.
Look, the coil,
See?
yep,
Now
it just fell right apart, which is a definite sign of overburning the coil. Not good.
Hey, Gailey.
There's Gail. Yeah, I told Bunny, I was like, look, I'm gonna catch y'all's show this week, and if I don't make it to the coil, to the coil, what the hell? If I don't make it to the show, y'all can rake me over the coils. And then they didn't do their damn show.
Rake you over the coils? You mean the coals? All right, Mr. Vanilli. Come on, you're going to give me shit about that.
Well, now, Gail had some personal family business to take care of. I completely understand that. So I don't blame them at all for that. But I was like, damn it, I'm finally going to watch the show because I didn't forget or miss the time. But they didn't do the show. And I'm like,
come over to From the Ashes.
I'm trying my hand at casting on iVlog. So far, it's a lot of fun. A lot of hanging out with myself at the moment. Well,
iVlog is kind of like Vapors TV, though. You kind of get just people that wander in.
You still like the Aromomizer, Mad Mock. The Aromomizer, there's nothing wrong with the Aromomizer. I'm not saying that I have the Aromomizer Plus and regular, and I got the giant Titan, which is this big son of a gun right here.
There you go. That's where we're at, Vapor Al.
I got a bunch of Steam Crate tanks. They're really good for what they are. I'm not complaining with that at all. I think Stingcrave, as far as the Romomizer line goes, that and the Fatality have a lot in common because of how easy it is to take apart and rebuild your, put new wick in there and put it back together. The Fatality is a lot easier, but still, yeah, even the inside of the Kelpie, look at this, it has like caked up caramel look going on in there. That needs to be cleaned out.
Seasoning.
This is unacceptable here. Yeah, this is bad. Let me blow some of this off. Now this doesn't clean much. Just blowing this only takes out. Look, there's even some on my finger right there. This only takes some of the top layer off that was actually ready to crust off anyway. But I'm gonna take and run some water over this, which should clean most of this garbage out of here. I'm gonna toothbrush. You can see that brown crap up here
It's
by
an
these
RTA,
screws,
not a meat
and
smoker.
here and
Same
there.
difference.
I'm gonna get all that gone, and I'm gonna
Thank
get
you,
rid
Kevin.
of. I'm gonna get rid of all this, which that's terrible. And the Q-tip, which I still should have one more good side on the Q-tip wherever I put it. There it is.
There's some on top of that
I still
cabinet
got a good
in front of
side,
your
the
desk.
bad side of the Q-tip, good side of the Q-tip. So I'm gonna use that. But let me go back to you so you can entertain while I clean the rest of this off.
Oh boy. It's delayed. Am I there yet? I don't know. See, and he judged me, and I haven't touched his kelpie. That's all him. That's all him. It's seasoning. And see, what's weird is when I first put juice in it, it tasted fine. Although it was still, I did get him an ultrasonic, but that takes too long to just an average cleaning. But it tasted okay up until the minute that it didn't. So, but that was nasty. Yeah, it was gross. See, I can usually tell that my coils need to be redone before it starts to taste like shit because it takes so long to heat up because the coils are trying to heat through through that crust before it vaporizes any juice. So, um, yeah, this tastes great though. Y'all got to try that recipe if you can. There can only be one. That is I'm very impressed because that's not an easy juice to find locally. Um, and I don't like to really like to order juice anymore because we're broke. I got bills to pay and shit. It's either I can order an overpriced bottle of juice or eat. And if I can find a recipe to make it myself, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to find that recipe because I love that juice. Coincidentally enough, for any of you that have tried the juice and an actual cannoli, they taste nothing alike. That is not what cannolis taste like. The first time I had a cannoli, I was like, "Holy shit, that's different." It's not. It's like a non-sweet version of a cream horn. See, I've never better than strawberry jam cookie. I wouldn't say better because it's a different flavor profile. That's like saying is ice cream better than pie? They're different desserts. They're not comparable. Um,
When
Now
you
I did wash all of our bottles, and I bought more ingredients so I can make more blueberry cake and more strawberry cookies. So I'll have Beard 32, Cannoli B1, Nilla Nuts, strawberry cookie, and the blueberry cake. Um, Jazzy, I never really found a good one from Sick Boy that I really, really liked. I mean, you know how you go through a convention and you taste juice and you're like, that's good. And then you buy it and you fill a tank. And then after an hour or so with it, you're like, you know what? It's not bad, but I'm not going to buy it again. That's how I feel about everything from Sick Boy. No, ice cream is not better than pie. They go together. One is not better than the other. They're two different things. You cannot compare them. It's just those things don't go together. Well, Demilin, I was a little nervous at first, mainly because I don't want to. The first couple ones I tried to make. Good night, Gray Tower. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to
Um,
see you, Red Tower.
like I tried to make a graham cracker, or not a graham cracker, or golden grams juice. It didn't taste anything like golden grams. So I was concerned about spending money on flavors when the recipe was shit. Um, but with e-liquid recipes, it's great. I didn't have any of the flavors put in, but now every time I get when we get our flavors in, I go put them on the website. So I know what I can make with those flavors, and that's
Ah,
why I didn't get too paranoid about the cannoli V1 because, like, shit, what is it? The blueberry cake has a lemon in it. Well, I ordered a little bottle because I'm not going to use lemon in a lot of shit. He uses Harbor Freight snips for scissors, Vapor Owl. They're $5 a pair at Harbor Freight.
they're no, they're more like six. They're more like
Five
six,
ninety
six or
nine,
$7.
whatever.
These are the scissors you want to look for at Harbor Freight. They are absolutely fantastic. Now, this is the thing I will say. Do not use them to cut wire with or anything else. Use them strictly for your cotton, and they will last you years. These things are deadly sharp, and I haven't had any problems ever cutting cotton or the cotton sticking to the shears or anything. But you'll know because they're the only shears that Harbor Freight has that has the red and black handles. They lock in position right here, so you can
They're
pull the
on the
lock.
same aisle with the home shit, like the alarm systems and what else do they got on that aisle?
People
Like the
care. I
clocks
would
and
hope
weird shit
so,
like that.
John Q, because I've had some scissors that absolutely suck for cutting cotton. Absolutely
It's not
suck.
just about cutting cotton. Everybody knows that a good pair of scissors is like having a good pen. You wouldn't use the same scissors that you use in the kitchen to cut your cotton or wrapping paper for wrapping presents. There's
Right, right.
no.
You use your own, you got your scissors that you use for,
Oh, that's a new
certain
one. I've
things.
never heard you referred to as squab before. It's usually suckba. Yeah, a good knife, good
Squab.
pen, good
Can you
scissors,
order
squab.
them?
Yeah.
Vapor Owl, yes you can. HarborFreight.com. You can actually buy stuff directly. I'm gonna take Nilla nuts. I have a giant bottle of Nilla nuts right here, and that's what we're gonna put on here. And this ought to be
I like it,
absolutely
Vapor Owl. I'm gonna start
delicious.
calling him squab from now on.
Delicious. I'm shaking it up because I know this is steep for a little while, so this is gonna be fantastic on here if I can keep this top out of the way.
You shut your whore mouth, John Q. Yes, people care about pens. I guard my pens with my life. You take my pen, I'll stab you in the throat with
Do
my
you
good
still have
scissors.
your pen from Creed that looks like this?
You damn
Ooh.
skippy, I do. I let Jeff use it under certain circumstances, and then I hide it again.
Nobody uses my pen from Creed. No, that's my pen. If they touch my pen, I kill them.
So I keep my cheap normal pens on one side of my desk, and I keep the ones no one's allowed to touch on my side that you have to physically get by me to get to my pens. I went through when our internet was down the other day at work. I cleaned out my desk and went through my drawers and boxes of weird bullshit from transferring from office to office and found a whole cache of pens. Um, cache, whatever you want to call it. So my
Cash.
my my pen collection is outgrown my drawer. So I've got a stack of pens that's probably about that that big stacked on top of each other in the corner of my drawer.
I amuse myself. There you go, John Q. Well, if you
Sharpies of
amuse
all
yourself,
kinds.
that's important. So I'm trying to make sure I don't have too much cotton in the Kelpie.
A dollar, John
The
Q.
Kelpie needs very little cotton. Very
Well,
little. I'm getting
I
just
got
enough to
these from
come
work
down.
because it was a 2-pack, and I'm like, oh, perfect, one for work and one for home. And these do
Here's
not
the
leave
inside. I've
my
cleaned
desk.
out now, so this ought to be fantastic.
Well, great, Mick.
We're going to take and put the Kelpie back together. Now, for those y'all don't know, this is from Vaping with Vic, back when he, in the EH Pro. That's where the Kelpie came from. Now this is a big bottle, but this one actually has a decent size juice fill hole that I can fill this up and not worry about spilling juice all over the place. And it's almost full, and there we go. It's full. All right.
Well, Tiger, those are the ones that have the tear here thing and then just end up tearing down the side of the bag and
You can
bypassing
see
the
my
little things
coil
entirely.
right down through the top of the RTA. That's a good sign.
I can't see shit. Let me see. Oh, there you go. Yes.
I like being able to
Very
see
nice.
my coil right down through the top of the RTA. Anytime you see something like that, you know you're going to get really good flavor. You don't want the coil so far away that you're going to lose all the flavor from it. The Kelpie does not take away the flavor because it's short, but yet it has a nice fat bubble tank on there. This
Well, adjust the airflow, John Q.
This ought to be absolutely delicious. We're going to find out.
You know what? I've accidentally filled my tank with the wrong juice multiple times and found lots of happy accidents.
I like the Kelpie. The Kelpie to me, the Kelpie and the gear were very similar. I prefer building on the Kelpie over the gear. The gear was a little bit harder to mess with than the Kelpie. So I prefer the Kelpie.
Yes, that's it. Dire thing. Those are it.
Well, there you go. Owl.
Says in-store only, though.
In-store only? Oh, are you kidding me? That's the right ones, though. They're on in-store only. I'm sorry, Owl.
That might be Dire, but that might be just for Dire Things location.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Okay, well, yeah, I would check Owl and see if your local Harbor Freight will actually send them to you. That one, that one says in-store only, but
yep, Frankenjuice accidents.
So there's $7. Yeah. There's $7 for a pair of scissors that will absolutely cut your cotton very sharply. You won't even need any more scissors. When you get this, you can be like, oh my God, with one cut, I can go all the way through one piece of moochie, which you can. You gotta pee again? Okay, Munchkin has to pee all the time. She can't say hush or anything. Now she's off the headset. I can say whatever I want. She can't hear me. Both sizes are listed as in-store only. Well, that sucks. I mean, I'm not saying that, hey, y'all need to go buy these scissors or shears or whatever you want to call them, but you can go through and buy a normal pair of scissors, but what's going to happen is you're going to take those scissors and you're going to cut gift wrap with them and tape with them and who the hell knows what else, paper. If you take these scissors, and you know these ones with the red and black handles, these are for my vape equipment only, then you're good to go. I mean, I've had these things for years, and they still work great. I haven't had any problems out of it whatsoever. So, that's why I think they're great. Thanks, Demon Hunter. We'll let her know. Well, we will let her know. I completely believe that. I can't wait to try the new firmware that Jazzy speaks of for the SX Nano. I did not know there was new firmware out there. And this thing is USB-C, so I'm pretty sure
I may not hear what, but I'll let what?
Yeah, USB-C on the bottom right there. I still taste the cinnamon in this thing.
You're going to let me know
I thought for sure after I changed the tank out, I still get a slight hint of cinnamon. I'm trying to vape it more so that it goes away.
Scuba, let's buy a bunch of scissors and resell them. Yeah, I mean, you could.
We could do that. Harbor Freight, but like, hell yeah, buy all the scissors. No, you could buy them, and then if I had a nice laser engraver where I could put vape snips or whatever.
I usually take it with me, Mick, and I don't care if I forget to mute. It's not like no one's heard me.
Oh, you can get them in China. Well, there you go, Vapor Owl.
But it's charging right now, so I couldn't take it with me.
If you get them engraved, hell yeah. See, that way you can put on there vape snips. So that way, when somebody in your house picks them up, they go, "Oh, these
Yeah.
are for vaping."
Cotton only. Don't fucking touch.
Yeah, don't freaking touch my shit. You know, there you go.
I
Cotton
don't know that
shoes.
they necessarily use child labor. I think they pretty much use any type of forced labor they can, whether it be children or adults that just need money.
It's so weird because this has the slightest hint of cinnamon with whatever other juice I put in here, and it's
What juice
actually
did you
really
put in
good.
there?
I don't know. I think it's
You mean you don't know? Didn't you fill it when you rewicked it?
yeah, but
What did you fill it with?
I don't know if I put the Beard 32 in there or what, but I still get the slight hint of cinnamon, but the other juice kicks in behind it, and it's really good, whatever it is. So
Well,
I'm
you've got my
enjoying
can
it
only be one
actually.
down there. All I can taste now is those stupid fake ass bacon bits you made me get.
Those are good. Am I getting these for my jelly box? DeMillan! Now you don't you show me something. Are you gonna try
I
to show
keep
me
telling
something?
him he needs that he needs fancy battery wraps since we're gonna be able to see because
Oh,
his
look at
batteries
those
look like shit.
fancy battery. Ooh, they got some that's. Ooh, I like that. There's a polar bear. I don't want to sign up for your mailing list. All right. Damn it. Now I'm going to have to buy some cool battery wraps. They do have some cool battery wraps. Ooh, that one looks like R2D2. I like that. Um, damn
That's
it.
pretty much what my food tastes like now anyway, John Q. I'm back on keto, so lots of sadness going on there.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. You get a mod like the Jelly Box, and you can see straight through to the battery. So your batteries better be pristine. I like those. What are you whispering? What the hell? You're still whispering stuff. What are you doing?
I'm singing.
Okay, she's singing. I don't know. We went over time. How did we go over time? And where is Speed? Speed!
I
If you're
am
gonna
whispering
sing
Sawyer Brown, the
so we
race
can
is
all
on.
make fun of you. All right.
No, we're not going to do that. Why would you make fun of me? That's not nice.
Mm. With every vape of this Kelpie, it gets better and better. I still enjoy the Kelpie. I love going back to the Kelpie every once in a while. I actually still need to, and I know this is a great tank. I just haven't went back to it because I've been vaping new stuff. But the Juggernaut
Good night,
V2,
Gailey.
that's going to happen. Good night, Gailey. The Juggernaut V2 is going to happen. I'm going to vape it on top of something similar. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get the jelly box probably Monday or Tuesday. I may end up, Munchkin's going to talk me out of it because she always does. I'm either going to do a show Monday or Tuesday, or I'm going to wait for Friday just to have something to talk about on Friday. But I want to get the jelly box in, check it out, see how well it fires. A .23 ohm coil, which I normally vape at 75 watts. So, damn, Jazzy.
I think the kitten left.
I need that.
Earlier.
I need your trick to make $2,200 in 2 days.
It's called gambling at the casinos. Oh no, stock market. Did you invest in GameStop? Because I think that is the most hilarious shit I've ever fucking
That
heard.
is funny.
I wish I would have got in on that before the shares went to like
Wait till
$240.
Friday, Demon Hunter. Okay, I can do that, Demon Hunter.
We should have got stocks before they went from $4 to like $247 within the
Yeah,
span
that
of
was
several
like, you
days.
know, if we knew that GameStop stock was, wow, I can't even say that. GameStop
Well, you know,
stock.
I think a whole lot of people, because I knew that the hedge fund stuff, they did things like that, but I didn't really know what it was they were doing. So I think a lot of people learned about short sales on stocks, and it's interesting. And what I think is fucking hilarious is that all of these fucking billionaires are pissed and are calling for investigations
Yeah.
into
I think that's
actual
funny that
people buying stocks.
the
How
billionaires
dare
are
you
like,
all
that's
gang up
not
together and
fair.
cost us money?
That's
Yeah,
not
cry.
fair.
Cry into your piles of money, you rich bastard. Get the fuck out. Right, yeah. Well, apparently only rich people are allowed to manipulate the stock market.
I would say invest in
It doesn't
Microsoft,
work
but
for us.
their stock is probably already high,
Well,
and
there's
they're
a reason they call it a short sale, and the hedge fund, it says it right in the fucking name. You're hedging your bets. It's a gamble, and you fucking lost. You know?
well. I
Sorry.
knew I could have told you that GameStop shocked. God bless. I can't even stay. I can't even say this.
English is hard. Words
I
are hard.
knew that
Use your
GameStop
words.
stock was going to go up because of the fact that they got invested with Microsoft on selling the Xboxes because they were the only ones willing to do financing on the Xbox
Yeah,
Series S
but
and
see,
X.
GameStop
So,
stock was tanking.
how are you able to say it?
I didn't. I said GameStop stock. So
You
GameStop
said
stock.
no. You said GameStop stock. That's not right.
No, I know. I fucked it up. I was hoping nobody caught it.
I caught it.
But their stock was tanking, and that's what the hedge fund people did, was they were betting the fact that it would keep going down. Well, when somebody on Reddit noticed that they had short sold a bunch of these stocks, that's when they stepped
Exactly,
forward and
Demon
was like,
Hunter.
hey, everybody go buy GameStop stock. GameStop stock. Because it, was so cheap. But
I don't
what's
feel
funny
so
was
bad now.
what made the price skyrocket was not necessarily people from Reddit going out and buying this stock. It's because they bought enough to raise the price more than what the original hedge fund folks borrowed it and sold it for, right? So now they had to buy it back.
Whose is it again?
So the hedge fund people had to go out and buy all those shares that they borrowed, and it was them buying all of that back at the higher price that jacked the price of the stocks through the fucking roof. So they technically screwed themselves, and it's hilarious. Yeah, there was more. They borrowed more stock than was actually available.
I'm good now because she's already screwed up GameStop shop.
Yeah, I screwed up what there?
I don't know where shock is coming from.
I don't know. That's not. At least I'm using the same words over and over
I can't
again.
even. That is the hardest shit to say. Y'all try it.
Yeah, try to say GameStop stock 5 times fast.
Jesus, that is so hard. GameStop stock. That's hard to say. I don't know why it's so hard because it's a stop
And
in the
honestly, I
stock.
don't think it exposed all the fraud. I think everybody was well aware that the billionaires have been manipulating the stock market for forever. I think what it exposed is how easy it is for the general public to get involved and fuck them over. That's what it exposed.
Okay, tonight I'm going to be vaping the
You're gonna
Kelpie.
what?
The Kelpie is absolutely delicious. I've missed
that's
vaping this
good.
thing. This is,
It does, John Q.
a lot
There's
of people
a problem
complain,
with that. Why does he get so
I
happy when I fuck
gotta
up?
have dual coil to get a good vape. No, you don't. You can have an absolutely fantastic vape off of a single coil. In my opinion, I think whether it be single or dual, you can get a really good vape out of either one, depending on your build. This single coil on the Kelpie, absolutely delicious. And I really like the Voopoo. I've been vaping the hell it's out of juice now. That's the problem with this thing. It runs out of juice so damn fast. At least this one, when I gotta fill it, it's easy to fill. I can take this big bottle and fill it. With this, I have to use a smaller bottle because if I don't, it's gonna go all over the damn place. And especially if it's dark in your room, you're not gonna be filling this in the dark. You can hang that shit up right now. It ain't happening. So. Other than that, the RTA for the Whoopoo drag is great, but it has its issues, which most stuff out there does. But I don't know. The Kelpie, I'm gonna vape the Kelpie tonight because this is delicious. The Nilla nuts on here, oh my god, that's really good. Oh my gosh, it smells like pure vanilla
Well, there you go,
cupcakes.
Jazzy.
I should try a single coil on the Juggernaut V2 Timekeeper. I will do that. I'll do that on the next show. The next show should have not only the new jelly box
No.
with
Bad,
dual
no.
coil, but I'll also do the Juggernaut V2 with a single
Smoke
coil.
another
I'll
one
try
and
that.
stop thinking.
I think the Juggernaut, anything that QP, like I said, not everything that QP Designs has put out has been perfect, but most of the stuff they come out with is really good, out of the park type good. So.
Oh, damn it. I was going to get in on that.
Damn,
Those
this is
bacon
good.
bits stick
If you
around a
bake
lot for
this,
a long
you're gonna
time.
be like, oh, I did tell y'all earlier, I think at the beginning of the show that my doctor recommended that I go back on low carb diet. So
Wait a minute. How did I knock over the bottle of Fighting Cock when I wasn't even in on this?
You knocked it over. That's why it's empty now. Where the hell did the bottle go?
I wasn't even involved in that particular heist.
The Fighting Cock bottle's gone. You're fired. You took the Fighting
Did you take it into the kitchen?
Why would I take the bottle? Well, it might be in the kitchen. But
why would I take the bottle? Because I went into the kitchen to make a fucking drink, maybe?
That's
I don't know.
story of my life. She's always taking my cock, guys. There you go.
That's the number one reason why I got you here.
The number one reason. Yeah, that's what.
Secondary.
That's
was
what she
coil
said.
Building.
You feel like an 80-year-old man. You take 6 pills. I take 2, Jazzy. If I don't take 2, then my blood pressure's out of
I have to
control,
take
but-
3 and sleep with a knee pillow. And look, I can't tell you. My back has been killing me for a long time. Like, it hurts to even move, to sit up, to get up. My hip has been fucked up for like 2.5 years.
It's
Go
funny
ahead.
that she bought a knee pillow because that's the first thing that shoots out between her legs. She does not carry the knee pillow more
it is
than
blue.
30 minutes before it is shot out in the middle of the bed, and I'm wondering, what the hell is this hard thing in the middle of the bed? Oh, it's her pillow. And she grabs the next softest pillow that's in the general vicinity and shoves it between her legs. So there you go.
Whatever. Anyway, the knee pillow, whichever one it may be, has made a huge difference in my hip pain and my back pain. It's great. Dire Thing says that I lie. It's the most long con move to acquire the fan in YouTube history.
Timekeeper says he takes 7 pills plus a shot. You know, it's not even the 7 pills that's helping you. It's the shot.
Okay. Is this where we've come? Is this how old we are that now we're like, I take 7 pills. Fuck you. I got to take.
we're comparing pills. Man, I'm better than you. I take 9 pills per
Get
night.
a water
man.
bed? No,
I got-
no, that's not. That's too soft for me. I think the problem is the mattress is too soft, and it's killing my back, killing it.
You're 97
Grandma
wow.
takes 1 pill a day.
That's nice. Jazzy, that is actually good to hear. She only has to take 1 pill. That's pretty
I'm
damn
not a
good.
boomer. I'm Gen X, and DeMillen's got 6 pills a day. See, my 2 are Aleve and blood pressure medication,
Damn.
which I've got to get my own now because they adjusted his prescription, so we can't split the pills anymore. Damn it.
You'll want to throw that pillow away. DeMillen does 6 pills. I'm telling you, this
It's
Nilla
a
nuts
very small pillow,
on
John
this
Q. I mean,
Kelpie,
it's really tiny. So
absolutely
Timekeeper wins. Yeah, I think you win.
DeMillen's too young. Well, you know, I only take 2 pills, but I tried to take just 1. I thought, oh, I'm taking lisinopril and amlodipine, right? Both of those are blood pressure medicines. I tried to take just 1. I was like, I won't take the amlodipine. I'll take just the lisinopril. If I take just the lisinopril, my blood pressure goes, fuck you, that's not enough. And it literally does not a damn thing to my blood pressure. If I take just amlodipine,
There you go, Breeze.
it doesn't do a damn. I have to take both of them or it don't work. Which
I
I
never
highly
had to.
suggest that Munchkin goes to the fucking doctor to get herself checked out because she needs her own blood pressure medicine because she's been taking mine. I'm just saying.
I will,
You
dude. I'm
will.
just saying.
She
Now,
will in
here's the
about 2 or
thing,
3
though.
years. She gonna go.
Up until he got here, and it was just a fluke where we were using his little machine to check our blood pressure, right? I've always had low blood pressure. To like where they would always use the automated machines and call the doctor in to actually use the manual shit to check my blood pressure, right? Because it's always low. So it was shocking to me that all of a sudden I developed high blood pressure. Um, so I'm
Damn you and your
wondering,
health.
once I stop eating like a billy goat, that my blood pressure might go down on its own. We'll see.
Is scuba stressful? So scuba is
You know
stressful.
what? I do think it is stress related, but it has nothing to do with that dear man right there. It's my job because it's very stressful not to choke the living shit out of stupid people, especially when your boss comes to you and tells you that one of your agents said that you make them feel stupid. And I'm like, well, if the fucking shoe fits, I mean, can I have an example of how I made her feel stupid? Because I really don't know.
Nice, DeMillan. So
Right.
Dimitri is going to be on Fresh So. Very nice. I know a lot of reason why most of the people don't come to my show is because I don't invite them. You, it's kind of weird because I feel the same way. I don't go to other people's show because they don't invite me. I'm not going to go and say, hey, can I be on your show? It doesn't feel right. But yet, like DJ LSB came on Windy Vape show. And it's because Eddie Tooney invited him to come on the show. Now, if I was to invite Daniel to this show, he'd probably show up. It's the same way with me. I'm not just going to go force myself on a show. If they invite me, fine. So if you want somebody on your show, you got to invite them. They probably feel the same way I do. If you get invited, fine, you'll
Nice,
go.
Jazzy.
If you don't get invited, nah, I'm not going.
Yeah, 14 pills and 3 inhalers.
3 inhalers. Holy crap,
Yeah,
Mad
I
Mock.
think Mad Mock wins.
Damn, do you even vape, bro? Yeah, I vape 3 inhalers. Holy crap, Mad Mock. You know what, Mad
Getting
Mock?
old's a bitch.
I
It's not fun.
I applaud you. Hey, you're still with us, by God. We've lost a lot of vapors.
You know what I've
in the last
noticed
few
about
years.
your show and your audience, dear?
What's that?
The average age is like 40 and older. We're
That's
just
fine.
a bunch of old fucks hanging out on Friday night,
That's
chit-chatting about
fine.
vaping and whatnot. I
Yeah.
like it. Now, the water pill, how is that the worst of all? I love me a good diuretic, man, Mark. I mean, you can't.
The water pill is
Except
the
for
one
the
that makes you have to
excessive
pee
peeing.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't get that fluid edema in your legs where you leave fingerprint marks on your shins and shit and sock lines. And
That's the
sucks.
good thing about vaping, Timekeeper. The vapor that's in the air, the giant cloud that you leave around, that's killing viruses like corona, etc. So cloud your house out, man. You will disinfect your entire house by vaping.
He's just like the eye candy.
That's the way I see it. I don't.
I know he's cute, but I wouldn't call him eye candy.
Jazzy,
No,
damn
I
you, and only
it's
being
adorable.
51. I'm okay. Well, Wally's got me beat. He'll be 58. My
Peter's
birthday's
32. Hello, Peter. I am. How old am I? I will
32.
be 45 this year. Ugh. 44 now.
Am I not turning 54?
Well, PG is a natural antibacterial and antiviral. It kills it, but it only kills it in the air, not
Jazzy,
surfaces.
why would PG carry the virus?
Not PG. The water droplets in the air from the fog suspends the virus.
Okay.
I mean, that's just, it's just like a sneeze. You're sneezing out water droplets with putting the virus into the air.
So you're saying that you think that vapor would carry the virus instead of kill the
I don't
virus.
I don't think the PG that is in the exhaled vapor that we put out is enough to literally kill the virus.
It may not
Um,
kill the virus, but I don't think it's something bad. I mean, I don't suggest we all go to a vapor convention and
Now,
try it, but
the difference between us vaping out, so say somebody was vaping that had the virus, right? When you exhale that cloud, you know how long that cloud is suspended in the air.
right.
That's virus suspended in the air just because the water droplets keep it in the air. Now, obviously, when you're breathing regular air, you can't see it. You know, the vapor just gives you a visual, but I would imagine it would be the same thing
I would
as
want a test
somebody
done.
that had the virus breathing
I
when
would
it's
want somebody with the virus to vape, and then they take a measurement of the cloud to see if the virus is actually in that cloud.
or
I don't think
not.
that would be.
I'm just going to
Why
stay
not?
away from people breathing on me. You know, I mean, and with the people that don't wear a mask, let me sneeze in your face with and without a mask and let
Good
you
for you,
choose which
Mad
one you
Mock.
want.
Hell yeah,
Because people are
61.
stupid and have no common sense, and I don't trust them enough to protect my health, so they can stay the fuck over there.
I no, I agree.
Exactly,
I
Tom.
don't think she should push yourself at risk to having COVID, but I would just like to know.
Well, I prefer to
I
delay it
think
as
this
long as
should be
possible, John
tested.
Q.
I think it should be tested to find out if COVID carries through vapor. If it does, then obviously you don't want to vape around people if you think you're sick, obviously. But
Well, if I'm sick, I'm not going to be out in public blowing big clouds in people's. Now, but here's the thing: like,
Big Car, me too. Me too,
if
Big
I'm
Car.
sick, right, I'm not gonna go to work. I'm gonna work from home. We've had clients come in sick with fevers and have gotten tested and are awaiting their results that still come to our office to sign their closing paperwork with their agent, their family members, our attorneys, and don't say a damn thing because they're stupid. Yeah, but they're your own germs, Breeze. I mean, but you know
Yeah,
what?
I
Here's the
got
thing, though,
masked.
Breeze. If you are not going out in public and going to the grocery store and around a lot of people, or like me in an office where you have people coming in every day that you don't see on a regular basis, and you can't guarantee that those people have common fucking sense, you don't really need one.
You know,
I am going to wear a mask
Peter
because I
brings
don't
up a
know these
good
people.
point. He's saying if you're sick with COVID, are you going to be vaping? I really think that you probably still would vape. The problem with that
It
is
depends, really.
most of the time, if you have COVID, you lose your sense of taste. So when you vape, you wouldn't taste any flavor at all, which would probably be something that you're like, I don't even want to vape because I can't taste it
Yeah, but that's
unless
the
it's
thing about it is not everybody that has it experiences the same symptoms. Some
correct.
people think they just have a cold. Some people end up in the ICU on a ventilator. There is there's no determining factor. There's no underlying condition that determines what it's going to do to you.
Mad Mock says he stays far away from people.
Yeah,
I don't
I
blame you.
try to make that my general rule,
Her
pandemic or not.
her son-in-law has been feeling sick the last couple days. So,
He's also kind of a hypochondriac though, so.
well, but not only do I want to stay away from him, I'm worried about everything that he's touched in the house because I don't want to go touch, say, the refrigerator, and maybe
Well,
he
but
has the COVID,
that's
and
why you
you
have
know,
to follow the same protocols you would in a heavy flu season. Just wash your hands at regular intervals. Don't
regular
put your
hell. That's like washing your hands every
look.
time you make a move
No,
to touch
I used
anything.
I used to work in a nursing home and a hospital for my clinicals, right? We had the hand sanitizer and all that bullshit before it ended up at Rite Aid and Walgreens. Just
Mhm.
wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't bite your fingernails. Keep your hands out of your fucking mouth. and you should be fine. I am not a germaphobe, but I don't usually touch bathroom door handles at Target. I'll use my foot to kick the door open, or when I wash my hands and dry it, I'll keep the paper towel in my hand and open the door and
Well,
leave. It's just simple precautions for the most part can keep you safe from
my
any type
hands are
of virus.
cracking from washing them so much. Hey, Dom Long,
Yeah,
better
mine are dry as shit.
better safe than sorry. That's the
I
whole
mean, I
thing.
worked in a record room where you had members of the general public that would literally sneeze directly into their hands and then grab the mouse. So I got used to washing my hands quite often because I don't want whatever it is they fucking have.
If
Um,
I catch COVID, it's Munchkin's fault. I'm just telling y'all right now.
I would agree with that.
There you go. Cause I literally stay. I come down here to do my show on Fridays. Other than that, I do not leave the bedroom. I mean, 90%. The only time I leave the bedroom is to come down and get ice for my drink. That's about it. Other than
Well,
that, I live in
Breeze,
my
I
bedroom.
think it's interesting though because most cold viruses are a type of coronavirus. As far as I know, there's no way to differentiate between any of them. So, depending on the severity of your symptoms, is what determines what you have. Either way, I don't want the flu, I don't want COVID, and I don't want your kindergartner's crud that they got. I don't want any of that. Um, yeah, the stats are the stats. The only thing that I pay attention to is hospitalizations, and even then, not so much. Now, when it was going through here and they had where it was hitting the
There
nursing
you go,
homes
John
the
Key.
worst, it was actually killing people. That you kind of notice, but the general stats about, oh, we've hit the record number of cases and hospitalizations. Our actual reported positive cases are higher, but our hospitalizations in this area are going down. Um, we are not one of those locations where the hospital services are limited. We're not even on the list to get the vaccine here yet, Wally, so I'm not even giving it any thought at this point in time.
So when are we supposed to get the snow? Because I want to do some YouTube
It
video
said
with the Mavic.
tomorrow.
So if we get snow tomorrow, and if the snow goes away during daylight hours, where I can actually take the Mavic out, I'm gonna take that out and I'm gonna film it and put it on YouTube. Why the hell not? I need to charge everything, but I'll try and be ready for it. So if it snows, I'll be good to go. I don't even know where my charger is for them. I haven't flown that thing in so long. Good lord, I need to.
I've heard that too, Jazzy, but I've also heard that that's not necessarily true. I think there's
Snow
risks
angels.
involved in any vaccine. Now, I do have reservations because they were pushed through so quickly. Um, I still haven't decided if I'm going to get one when it's available to us.
Nice, Jazzy.
Um,
5 inches.
I
Damn.
think by the time it's available to us, because we're low on the tier as people that should be able to get it, I think enough people will have had it so I can. Well, what happened to you? As far as my fertility, that ship has sailed. I don't care. I don't really give a shit about that. It doesn't matter to me. Um, so there's certain caveats I'm willing to make, but I'll just let other people get it first and see how they do. Well, I know my coworker got it because she traveled to New Mexico for her mom's funeral, who got it and died. It was kind of sad because her mother called her and told her she was having trouble breathing. So she told her, "You need to call an ambulance, right?" And her mom was like, "I don't think I can. It's hard to talk. Um, can you call for me?" So my coworker hung up with her mom, called the ambulance, and was waiting for a call back when the neighbor called and said, "Your mom died." So it was that quick. So she left and went to New Mexico for her mother's funeral, who died of COVID. And guess what she came back with?
Damn.
Yeah.
It's messed up. All right, so
Oh, the government lives to fuck us over. What are you talking about? Those are the elite.
for the people that
We
didn't
are nothing
catch
to the government.
catch the show earlier, I'm going to put this link back in here again. If y'all are interested in DIY, go check this show out after the
It's
show
already
ends,
mutated, dire thing.
which is about to happen any second now. But y'all can go check that out. Maybe you want to get into DIY. That's a great starting point to let you know some of the things you're going to need if you do DIY. Um, a good scale is really important.
We need to do a DIY show.
I did one back in the day. I mean, how many times can I revisit the situation? I can do a DIY. I don't mind doing it. I don't want to copy anybody. I'm not trying to copy anybody by any means, but it's like how many times I got
Well,
to show up? Most of the people on my channel already know what they want to know and know if they're going to DIY or not. I don't think there's any borderline folks like I may DIY, I may not. They're either
no,
gonna
but we
do
could
it
do
or
a
not.
DIY show with input from people like DeMillan and Tam Vapes with the proper equipment. We all know they need a scale. We all know they need bottles. We all know. So we could do a show that talks about the difference between mixing by weight versus
By
the
milliliter?
other one, milliliter.
Yeah.
The different equipment. Okay, you know you need a scale, but do you know you need one that reads to point zero zero whatever? So,
Big Kai, why does raspberry not weigh for a bit? It seems to only happen with that
60%,
flavor.
66 to 90. That doesn't
It's
surprise me.
kind of weird. Now, I don't know how sensitive your scale is. Depending on your scale, some of them are very sensitive. You definitely don't want to have any type of air blowing on
Thing
your
with Munchkin.
scale
I
that
like it to
will
mill.
screw up
See,
your scale, whether you have a ceiling fan or a Dyson fan in the background like I
that's
do.
where we would have went, DeMillan, if
That
shit had not
scale,
gotten derailed completely. Because y'all know me and DeMillan had a show at one point that lasted, what, a couple months? And it's funny because I was winging it. DeMillan was like super
no
organized. She
fans?
wanted content. She actually, like, the pre-show Zoom, she actually had notes where I want to do this. This is all the slideshows. So we actually had to prepare for DeMillan shit because she didn't wing anything. She had everything how she wanted
DeMillan
it.
had
We had
content and
slide
shit.
slows and links, and yeah, and that just it went longer than 2 weeks, Jazzy. I'm
Well,
assuming that's what you were talking about, but
Big Car, I don't know
yes, it
why your
was.
raspberry is the only one. I don't know why that one flavor is the only one that seems to doesn't not showing up on your scale. That should be across the board. Scales are particular. That's why you have to have a scale that measures down to
Mm-hmm.
.001. So,
Yep. And I'm just gonna say this about the politics because I see the links in chat and all that. It really doesn't matter who our president is because the president is not the one that pulls the strings. It's Congress. And I think we've made it, or they've made it very clear that they don't give two shits
who
about
is the pretty
us
blonde that
in
did
any
two
way, shape,
shows
or
on
form.
Vape TV? I don't know, Jazzy. Um,
The
I
pretty
only
blonde.
had
It was Scuba, the pretty blonde.
I only had a picture of one blonde that did a show on Vapors TV, and I think she only did it twice. I don't remember her name.
Yeah. Our politics are a class
If
system,
Jazzy's
and
thinking
we are
about the
not in
same
that
one I
class.
am,
So
she had a football jersey on with a number, and literally it looked
she
like she was
wasn't a
wearing
blonde, John Q.
it looked like she was wearing nothing else but a football jersey with a number on it,
Hmm.
and it was like, oh my god, how many shows are you gonna do? And she literally did two shows and
And that
never
was it.
seen her again.
Dolores, I think a lot of the people in government that start out they start out with good intentions. They start out looking for the little guy, which is us, which they can all fuck off for considering us the little guy. There is no person in Congress or in politics that should be millionaires based off that. Being a congressperson is not supposed to be a career path.
There
It's
you
not
go.
supposed to be something that
Okay.
turns you into a fucking millionaire. You're supposed to represent the people. And I think once you get to a certain point in politics, it becomes more about the people that are lining your pockets, regardless of whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. They don't give a shit about us. They only give a shit
Are you
about the
talking about
people that are
politics?
giving them money.
No,
That's what I'm saying, because
no.
it's not about Republican or Democrat. It's about rich
I,
versus normal fucking people. That's
I,
it.
I don't do. I
That's
don't do.
it.
I'm not doing politics. I'm not doing
Well, and the
politics.
problems with term limits is because things take so fucking long to get through. How would you ever get anything accomplished if you had the cast changing
I
places every
thought we were
couple of
going to end the
years?
show at
There is
10:30,
no
but
way.
Munchkin runs her
Yeah.
mouth too
It
much.
would clean up a lot, but it would make a lot of things that need to get done a lot more difficult to get done because everything takes so fucking long.
They
Yeah,
all
well,
have
they're all
dementia.
old and rich, and none of us are old and rich. So we are
Hey,
not
I'm gonna
them.
be rich someday. You know, I know y'all don't see this in the
No,
near
that's a
future,
good idea,
but
timekeeper.
sooner or later I will have a pair. You know, the main thing I needed to get a drone. Y'all helped me get a drone. I am much humbled and appreciative of everybody that helped me get the drone. I really like the drone. That's why I'm gonna
We're not
fly it.
gonna help you
No,
get
no,
a
no, no.
paramotor.
I'm not. No, I'm not telling anybody to help me get a paramotor by any
I know,
means.
I'm just messing with you,
But
sweetheart.
that's my next thing I'm gonna do. I'm going to get a paramotor. I'm going to go down probably to Louisiana to get training for said paramotor because I don't want to just try and fly by myself. But I'm going to be
Yeah, see, I
flying
don't
with
have
that damn
anything against
paramotor. I'm
voter
going to be
ID.
like Tucker Gott. I'm going to be freaking flying that thing with a camera and showing you guys, and y'all can enjoy
I
it
know they
along with
say
me.
the voter ID it alienates a certain population, but it's not hard to get an ID from the DMV. It costs what, $15 to get an ID. I'm good with IDs. That's not a problem for me. But lobbyists, yeah, they need to go because basically it's making it legal for our government to
Well,
be bought and fucking paid for.
hey, I won some money.
Now, if
Wear a
we actually
parachute.
had
Well, there's
lobbyists,
going to be a
I'd be good with
parachute,
it, but we don't.
obviously, DeMillan. Otherwise, you can't get in the air. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Parachute. I've already been hang
Yep.
gliding. I really enjoyed hang gliding. I'm glad that I didn't invest the money to start learning hang gliding and buying a hang glider because I'd much rather paraglide because it's the PPG industry with a motor on your back. You can fly wherever the hell you want to, even though you're only flying at 20 to 40 miles an hour. It's not like I can go, hey, let's fly to Tennessee. That
I
don't
mean, you
happen.
could. It just take you a fucking while.
It take forever, but
But I'll
it's
meet you
more
there. I'll
about
have the
the
hotel room and everything ready.
enjoying. Yeah, it's more about
I
enjoying
am
the view.
petrified of the idea of him flying around with a giant fan strapped to his back. But if that's what he wants to do, he just needs
I
to let me
want to
know
do
so I
that
can take
before
out
I
an insurance
die.
policy
If
on
there's
him.
nothing else I do before I die, that's one thing that is my bucket list thing. I will fly someday, hopefully, before
Yeah,
I die.
John Q, it's just a matter of finding out what term allows them enough time to get proper shit done without making a fucking career out of it.
I'm out of drink. That means it's
Um,
time for the show to end.
it
When I
is.
run out of drink, it's time
Lots
for.
of shit needs to be overhauled. The healthcare industry, our fucking government, all of that, and it's not going to happen because the only people that can do it are the people that don't want to give up their power, and so
There
it's
you go,
not going to
dark
happen.
thing.
Yeah, you could write it off. You just show up in their front yards.
This Nilla Nuts is absolutely fantastic inside the Kelpie. I'm just
You
saying.
love your nuts.
I love my nuts. I love my nuts. They're
I
actually
love your
Bill's
nuts too.
nuts. I don't. You love my nuts too?
Okay, well, I love your nuts. I don't love Bill's
I'll
nuts.
show them to you later. All right. So we're gonna bump off here, guys. I will be back on probably. If not that, well, all right.
And on that note,
Who told me
on
that
that
they?
disappointing note, yeah.
Demon Hunter said that he has to work Monday and Tuesday, so I need to wait till Friday to show off the new Jelly Box mod. So if I get it in Monday or Tuesday, I will wait till Friday to actually show it off, and
Right,
then
John Q? You
and
wouldn't
then
think it.
Demillen
What?
can catch it too because Demillen does a show Monday. It ain't like I can turn a show on
If
Monday
they
'cause
could
she.
actually write a bill that has, I don't know, one fucking thing in it that you could read and go, yeah, that sounds like a
Well,
good
thanks,
idea, instead of
Breeze. I appreciate that.
5,000 pages. That's how we got screwed, was that 5,000 page omnibus bill with the one page in there that fucked all of us.
I
So,
hope y'all
yeah.
all have an excellent weekend. Make sure y'all stay safe out there. Stay away from the
She
COVID.
does do a show,
We don't
Demilla,
need
with
it.
Wendy Vapes
We don't
and
need it.
Addie. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Demillen does a show. You don't even know. Monday nights, Wally World. Go tune into Wendy Vapes. Wendy Vapes does a show. It'll usually
DeMillan,
have
post your
some
link. Shit.
provocative title like "Can I suck your juice?" or something like that.
See, I think
So
y'all are getting awfully close to threading on Phil's toes there with the whole "Can I taste your juice?"
well, hey,
Mm-hmm.
Wendy comes up with the title. I'm
Oh,
sure Demillen
oh,
don't have
Pete
any.
Busardo is gonna send you a cease and desist. Yes, I'm
Demillen don't
aware
have
his name is
anything to
not
do
Pete.
with the title. So Wendy can post whatever she
Oh,
wants.
I'm quite sure DeMillan
You'll
encourages.
find them. Okay, yeah, Wendy Vapes. And it's Wendy, just Wendy. Wendy Vapes, and you'll find them. They come on Monday
Mm-hmm.
nights, so you can
You
find
know,
them
Big
over there.
Car, are you the member of Scuba's Facebook page? DeMillan, go ahead and you can pop the link in the Facebook page too, so everybody knows where to find you guys.
Yep, and Fresh '03
Never
comes on their
dire
show
thing.
lots of times.
Wendy
Fresh
is,
'03 is an
you know,
excellent DIY
Wendy's a
guy.
horrible influence on DeMillan. DeMillan is angelic. She would never, ever, ever make a dirty joke or any type of innuendo whatsoever.
Okay, 420, but whatever.
What? Oh, you don't use Facebook. Okay. Well, there you go. Wendy Vapes. He says Wendy, but it's Wendy. WEND, like
What do you
Wendy,
mean
like
I don't?
fucking
What do you
Peter
mean
Pan.
I said Wendy? What
Some
my
yeah, Wendy, not Wendy like it's Wendy, WENDY, Wendy,
Wendy?
not
That's
Wendy.
what I'm saying.
You said Wendy,
Wendy. I'm
Wendy,
fucking
Wendy.
Southern. Get used to it.
There you go. There's
You
the link.
can't take the Southern out of this damn Southern boy. I'll tell
I
you
can,
right now.
you know what? But you need to enunciate when people are trying to figure out what the hell
I'm
you're saying.
enunciating in
Wendy,
Southern.
Wendy,
I
Wendy Vapes, Wendy,
Wandy
Wendy.
Vipes. Wandy
See, full
Vipes.
moon heard Wendy.
Wandy. Wandy. There you go. There's links all in chat. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Y'all have an excellent weekend. And
How your mom and them?
yeah, how your mom and them. Stay safe. Vape on. Avoid the
I'm sure she
COVID.
does, Big Ka, but we don't talk
And we're
about
going to
that.
have the
Right?
Jelly Box and the new VXV,
Southern
whatever the hell,
Enunciator.
RTA on the channel on the next show. We will catch you guys then. Peace out.
See y'all.